hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah.
What up, RC?
Salute, RC.
Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they want to come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Starting all bad like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go all out in Vegas.
What up?
Want to wait for a few more people to come in?
And maybe I'll let the music play a little bit. Keep some more people to come in.
I had to prove to everybody else. I had to set them straight.
Man, so much, man, going on.
Yeah, RT. Yeah, man. I hate, you know what? I hate down about it because I really ain't that down about it. I'm definitely there's a little concern there. But we gonna talk about it. How down can you be about it? You know what I mean? Nope. That don't mean shit ain't gonna get exposed.
So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't come it down, yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't slow it down. Oh, yeah. I see the flashing lights, make sure the fashion right. Yeah, I'm in my bag tonight. Yeah. Oh, I might just pull up before it. Watch out, the engine is roaring.
I'm about to kick it off, right?
Yeah, okay. I got you, man.
Salute. What's good, Ray?
Chilling, man. You know what it is, bro. We always here. We always doing the same thing. What's up, Teach?
What up, Teach? What about you?
Putting it out there where we at.
I know there's a couple of lives going on right now, going viral in the space. You know what I mean? They going viral in the space, but happy 4th of July to whoever. You know what I mean?
To all the celebrators,
right? Everybody who's celebrating 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you guys. Hope you're enjoying your day off. You know what I mean? You're probably barbecuing with your family. It's about that time. I don't know if you've eaten already or if you're sitting here chilling, but salute. You know what I mean? Boxing is great. You know what I mean? Today's show is going to be a little different than the other ones, right? But boxing still, right? Boxing still, right, Ray? Like
it's all boxing.
It's all boxing. It's all boxing. On that drink, what you drinking on, RC? What you sipping on the day? On your day off, what you sipping on? Is it dark? Is it light? What is it? You let me know. I ain't sipping. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I got a cigar I could put up, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I've been kind of on my cigar binge for the past couple of days. I don't know. I've been going in the humidor, touching some of the collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Let me put some of these in the air. You know what I mean? Or you on that brandy? You old school. RC, how old are you, bro? You on that brandy? You on that brandy? Anyway, listen, man. Ryan Garcia is definitely going to be the topic today. Now, if you guys are not new to this channel, you know that we try our best to refrain from talking about this dude. We dismiss most of what he says to his mental health issues. We generally just focus our energy on the boxing space, what's popping in boxing. You know what I mean? We try our best not to feed into this algorithm. But at some point, there starts to become a need, or there starts to become a request or a call to speak on the nonsense. The nonsense gets a little deep sometimes, and it's a calling sometimes. Where if you're going to have a platform, and we, salute to all of our supporters, you know what I mean? And I know not everybody's on the same page on this Ryan Garcia topic. Some people empathize a little bit more than other people. Usually ends up coming back around to Devin Haney, you know what I mean? And Devin Haney losing and not being able to win. But I think there does come a point to the conversation, where certain things are happening, where at some point you would hope that the masses would hold on to the idea of everything ain't boxing. Some things is just right and wrong, and some things are also not antics. Some things really are exposing a disconnect, a real disconnect in a person's mind, where you become an enabler of their actions, where what you're doing, the support you're giving, the energy you're putting into that person could turn on you. So, salute Stop Motion MMA. It could turn on you, right? And I think that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing an overload of support for somebody who's been out of pocket for a minute now, who's been doing everything he can to trigger the space, to get a certain amount of attention, to troll the space. Somebody who truly believes in the all news is good news, all promotion is good promotion. Somebody who truly believes in that, and the accountability on the space feeding into that, now blowing up in your face. Right? Now leaving you looking crazy for sitting there attacking, tearing down a boxer who you don't like, right? Who you're not on the same page with, but at the same time giving this guy permission to say whatever he wants to say and do whatever he wants to do, knowing that the space is going to support him. Am I going down the right lane right now where we can understand each other, where there's an understanding of where I'm going with this and what I'm trying to say? Ray, am I getting it? I mean,
absolutely. I mean, if it's too simple, if it's not simple enough to understand, I'll just say this: we're giving somebody that has an unstable characteristic a green light to do what they want. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And he's taking full advantage of it.
Right.
He's taking full advantage of it. And it's, and the space is quiet when the space shouldn't be quiet, and it's extra noisy when it doesn't need to be that noisy.
Right.
And this is a time when you see what's going on right now, what he's doing. And I'm being honest with you guys. It's not, obviously him putting out, playing with words and doing what he's doing, that's toxic within itself. But at the same exact time, it's beyond those words. It's been going on for a long time, right? His credibility is just, how can you give him the credibility? You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is not about cheating. This is just about when things have gone too far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When things have gone too far, right? Ryan Garcia comes up on Twitter, right? And he's trolling the space. Fuck F N-bombs and F Muslims, right? Just trying to get a feeling, right? He's just out there trying to push some buttons and try to get the space on this toxic algorithm to where he overflows the whole entire social media space with a whole lot of race baiting and a whole lot of religious bashing baiting. That's what he's doing right now. What he wants is for me and you to come up here and be like, yo, he said F-bomb N-words, because I'm not going to say it because that's what he's trying to get. When you say those words, it charges up a certain algorithm. F-bomb Muslims, boom. He's trying to trigger up a certain algorithm. But in the same breath say, Christ is king. He's turned it into a straight circus. A straight circus. A straight circus. And all the people who've been like attacking one person and supporting something that's totally wrong, look at the side of history that you're going to end up on right now. Right. As the internet is an unforgiving space and forever, as a wise man once told me. I don't know, Ray. Add to it, Ray. See, maybe I'm saying too much. Maybe I'm beating around the bush. Maybe I'm not getting to the point.
Listen, no, you're getting to the point, man. You're giving a lot of analogies. You're trying to open up ears, man, and I get that. You know what I mean? You're not wrong with what you're doing. It's just we just have to dig in and say, like, yo, why? You know what I mean? This just shows you we just had our nationally. We had our third Juneteenth celebrated nationally, right?
Okay, right.
This is our
salute, JJ.
Over our 700th Independence Day or whatever the case may be today. And it just shows you where we are from where we came from. we're still in the same spot and we're not growing. We're at the point where other people come here and migrate to this country, and they're given tools and more privileges to hate on us just as well because of a difference or because of, you know what I mean? It allows them to get a green light, and it happened, and our community ignores it. You know what I mean? We ignore it, and then we say something about it. We're targeted, or we're the enemies, or we're just taking it too hard, or we say it too. It's always some excuse. First of all, what I really want to, and I don't want to go there. I'm gonna get off this topic quickly because I really didn't want to. I know we don't want to do that. We want to keep it boxing, but the man brought up George Floyd's death, right? Remarkably, that has nothing to do with boxing. That has nothing to do with anything anybody targets you with. You brought that up and not only laughed about it, but then said, "Ninja."
Right. And also said we should bring him back from the dead so we can kill him again.
Right.
Like he's really just
right. That's that. I told you, I think he's trying to attack another audience. I think he's looking to gain more of the Midwest or Eastern and Southern hate clans. I'm not going to say like anything like that, but the haters that hate real hatred people in America, he's trying to gain them on his side. He's pulling a Trump. He's trying to find a middle class to support him and make his following bigger. But yet, does he really realize who he is? That's what it is at the end of the day. Because we learned we could only trust these people for so much before they get stabbed in the back. Now we're learning that the people that's closely in the same bond as us in our inner cities, in our communities, that we have to struggle in. It's bad enough we're giving you our free baby formulas and all our EBTs and all that stuff is coming from us. You're getting all the free healthcare. We don't get approved for anything anymore. The people that need it, the people that struggle, the people that put it in place for, right? The women and the minorities they put it in place for. How many minorities we had that were of that descent many years ago? Not many. But now they're the ones that grasp it and they take advantage of it and they get it without question. And we got to jump through hoops, right? But then you sit there and do this like you're better than us. Like you're not a leg, stand on a leg better than us. That's crazy.
Not to tap in and cut you off, but it's not that he's tapping into, like, I hear what you're saying, but for me, it's like, it's not that he's better than us or anything like that, right? It's not necessarily that. I literally think, I really believe Ryan Garcia is playing in mess.
Oh no, I know that.
He's playing in mess, right? Like he's triggering people who are easily triggered, people who he's aiming his energy and his focus at triggering people because he wants to prove a point.
Absolutely.
Right. He has a point he wants to prove. And what's the point? Maybe the point is, I can get you mad. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can hurt you. I can hurt you. I'm hurting. I'm in some sort of pain. I'm in some sort of displacement in the way I'm thinking about and seeing things and seeing myself and feeling. So I want to spread that feeling. I want to project.
So you trying to say he's using the misery loves company situation?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's necessarily,
because
I'm not ready to say like, yo, this dude feels like niggers and you know what I'm saying, and Muslims are the problem in the world. I don't know if he necessarily.
He's definitely saying the same thing as shithole countries, and the brown people are evil. He's definitely saying that. I'm telling you.
I know he's saying that, but yeah. What I'm saying is the purpose behind it. There's purpose. He's saying it with.
It's a distraction from the drugs.
Right. Right.
We all know that.
Right. It's purpose. It's purposefully to trigger.
Yeah, it's orchestrated.
What I'm saying is, somebody might say he's just trolling, right?
Right.
Somebody might say that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, they feel like he's not racist. And I'm not making excuses, Big SARS. Don't ever get it twisted. Oh, God, don't get it twisted. Ain't no excuses being made. I'm actually trying to highlight an evil intention of how deeply evil the intention is on what he's doing. It's not, he's not coming out of the closet per se, right? Oh, man, Ryan's a racist. I didn't know he's a racist. That's not what it's about. He's purposefully doing what he's doing on the space to trigger a large amount of people to get the attention on his Twitter space. You know what I'm saying? Like it's racist, but racist is one part of it. There's a larger part to it. The larger part to it is the act.
Right.
The actual act. Like, what's the purpose of this? Look at him being like when he's talking, how drunk he sounds. His words are slurred. He's being used almost, and I don't want to get religious, but it's like he's being used by like evil forces. Like he's made himself available to be used with an evil narrative, with an evil agenda to what he's doing. If you just pay attention to what Ryan's been on since day one of these antics, right? From Jesus Christ is King. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Everybody on this platform can SMD. Everybody can SMD, right? How shocking.
Hair.
Right. I watch kids get violated in a certain way. I got violated in a certain way. Yeah, I got violated in a certain way. I got pictures. I can prove it. Child trafficking. Look at the algorithm.
Running up to women in the park, asking questions about rape and stuff. Bro,
all the way up until this point, it's been very evil. That's what people have been upset with Ryan, right? That's the whole big deal with Ryan. It's like he's just trolling. You guys have become desensitized to evil,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You've been desensitized. You guys hear the evil and you guys say, "Oh, he's just trolling. That's just antics." Hey, man, he's doing whatever he has to do to sell the fight, and you guys are making light of it.
And it's not the fight. I've told you, it's him tapping into another community to market his brand. Trust me, it's marketing for his brand and to distract everyone else from what's really happening in his life. We can get deeper on that. When's the last time we talked about him getting arrested for damage in a hotel? When's the last time we talked about him doing believe it or not, him doing something crazy? All we talk about is him and immediately Devin Haney and how he made Devin Haney look stupid in the ring. And Devin Haney's a crybaby. That's all we talk about. We never talk about what he's really doing, what he's trying to mastermind. We don't talk about his dad saying nappy head and then them putting out a speed clip of a tank sparring with Devin Haney. We don't talk about that. They're distractions. These are all distractions of a bigger cause. If you're blind to it, then you're not going to see it. If you're aware of it, you're going to see it, but you're going to be in the minority because they're going to be like, "Yo, you just tripping. It's nothing. It's hardly nothing." And that's what they're doing. They're literally trying to kick our backs in while smiling in our faces. And that's what he's doing mainly. He's teaching people how to do it. Like I said, he's taking a trick out of Trump's book. And I'm not disrespecting Trump. I'm not disrespecting none of them guys at the political level. I'm just saying he's trying to capture a new wave of audience to now bring more masses. Because guess what? There's going to either be a rematch with him, a rematch with Tank, a rematch with somebody, or a fight with somebody eventually. And he's going to have more numbers and more people hating those people because he's going to do the same thing continuously. Trust me.
Yeah. Shout out to Anonymous. Because you hit it right on nail. He's a disgrace to boxing, and that's what this really comes down to, right? What it comes down to is, as far as the boxing space is concerned, how far are we willing to let him go before we call it what it is? You know what I'm saying? We call it what it is and understand that. What is that?
That's fireworks.
Oh, this is I thought somebody was coughing. I swear it sounds like somebody coughing, like
It's too loud.
Right. How long before we call it for what it is, bro? Before we call it for what it is, and we stop celebrating this dude, bro.
Right.
Stop celebrating this dude. Stop giving this dude. Stop defending this guy. Allow Allow due process to do what it does. But how long before we get out of that algorithm, bro? How long are we going to do it? I'm telling you, if you go back from the beginning of his antics, from the beginning up to the present, bro, it's an embarrassment for the sport.
Right.
His affiliation to the sport is disgraceful, bro. Nobody should be defending this shit. And people feel like turning this into a Devin Haney celebration or a hatred thing, or turning this into a whole Devin Haney thing justifies justify celebrating or supporting or pushing for this
nonsense,
psychopath, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly nonsense. Or
like
disgrace of boxing.
Look at where it's gone, bro. Look at where it's finally gone to. Look at where it's finally gotten to. The fight is over, guys. The fight was what, April 20th? The fight was April 20th. We in the beginning of July, excuse me. We're in the beginning of July, bro. At what point is it like beyond the fight, beyond the Devin Haney fight, and it becomes like, yo, this dude didn't make weight, gets accused for using PEDs, dismisses the accusations, and not only dismisses but doubles down on it and says, I love steroids, makes fun of it to let you know how seriously he's taking the whole entire situation, pleads guilty to what it is, and instead of sitting with some humility and being like, I'm gonna ride out my year, he comes out and he goes on a rant about blaming, pointing fingers at other people who tainted his shit, and gassing you guys up, saying, oh, we got our lawyers getting involved, we're gonna find out who did this thing, we're gonna find out this. You guys, you know, bro. And then now to have him on Twitter going on some drunk rant. What are you guys saying right now?
It's okay. It's Ryan. You know, it's Devin's fault. Bill made him do it. Hey, Victor put it in his coffee. You know,
yeah, Scooter
Devin in the ring.
Came and gave him Ostarine pills.
Scooter works with Victor, and Victor works with Scooter, and Scooter works with Zab. Oh yeah, that's all it is.
It's at what point do we call the duck a duck? When it's quacking and it's waddling and it's swimming through the water and it's whack whack and it's doing every damn thing. At what point is it a duck? And now, like I've always said, there you go, Big Sarge. There you go, Big Sarge. Ooh,
it's a lot of people.
Big Sarge, crazy. Big Sarge.
Some of those guys I rock with, bro, but not all of them.
Listen, brother.
Their narratives is their own business. I don't support everything.
Listen, man. It's not that I support it, but that's what I was about to speak on, as far as how many content creation spaces have sacrificed and threw away how many people have thrown away their credibility? How many people have lost respect in this space for this dude, bro? How many people have put their literal credibility on the line? Who have put their credibility on the line for this shit, for this to happen today, and now to casually separate yourself, to try to casually separate yourself from it right now, to just get extra quiet all of a sudden and get in your little corner underneath your little blanket and where's the noise at? Where is the need to tell the truth? Because that's what you guys are fueled on, right? That's what it was all about, right? Telling the truth, right? You guys are just looking for the facts, right? You're just being unbiased and you're just telling the truth.
Oh, we can say those assholes' names. I'm gonna call them. Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Monetize yet. We can call them assholes. We can say them motherfuckers' names.
Yeah. Listen. Where's all
them bitch ass people in that chat? Listen. I didn't see it.
You don't mind the name for him. You don't mind the name for him.
Listen, I'm gonna say, first of all, Manager Marty got exposed trying to expose somebody. He's been exposed for a long time. I stopped watching that motherfucker after like the first day.
Oh, me too.
As far as Steven over there in Candyland, I stopped going to that ranch, bro. You know what I mean? I checked in on the ranch for something. I was like, yo, this dude he's still the same dude, bro. I'm out of here. Fuck him. He ain't changing. He's still a dickhead. Excuse my language. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it real. As far as Mill City, I listen to Mills because he brings people in. I listen to the content. I rock with Tank because Tank really doesn't say nothing. It's the people around Tank. You know what I mean? That speaks for Tank. But I get it, too, because he was defending Ryan. I get it. You know what I mean? As far as any other people that you got on that list, and I know a few of them, I'm not going to – I spelled their names backwards today on other channels. I'm not going to say nothing. They all do the same bullshit, and they all run together, and they know this content sells. And that's where the crap is, and that's where these degenerates, I'm going to use that word instead of saying something more negative because Freak going to tell me watch my mouth. You know what I mean? These degenerates out here are trying to mastermind the whole ploy just to kick Devin and Bill's back in. At the end of the day, it ain't about them. We've been saying this since April, since the whole result shit came out. Bro, stop. Be real with it. You're only lying to yourself, and the people that follow you are just minions, bro. They're buying you. and you're buying them. You're supplying them with freaking like mental like illusions, bro. Like for real. A whole bunch of Waco, Texas motherfuckers out there just falling for your trap until they tell you, watch, y'all gonna see. The motherfuckers gonna say, come on down here to Texas. Come on. Yeah, go put them gas masks on. We're gonna take us to heaven. Y'all dumbass gonna do it. Because y'all don't listen. Y'all not paying attention to what's really going on. Y'all know it's wrong, and y'all sit there and just because you have a disliking and an agreement to somebody because you have a liking for a boxer, a guy who you never met, never going to take you to dinner, and never going to pay you, you fucking people act stupid, bro. And I'm sorry. Look, you got me cursing, bro. I'm good. All right, go ahead, Clay. Go ahead. Preach, bro.
I'm just gonna say, as far as like Chris Espiron and XL, what's happened is Ryan Garcia has gone on one of his rants, right? And now he's he's saying some pretty crazy things. You know what I'm saying?
Colorful.
He's saying F N bombs and F Muslims and
colorful words, bro.
He's saying a lot of things right now where he's moving the goalpost. He's moving the goalpost. And it's not even about Ryan moving the goalpost is one part of the conversation. For me, the most important part of the conversation for me is the creation space. Facts. I know Ryan has said what he said, and we can hold him accountable for what he said, and we can have whatever excuses we want for what he's saying. But what I'm saying is it wouldn't have gone this far. What? Yeah, bro. Anyway. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's hilarious, and that's crazy. At the end of the day, I don't know Jonathan Dockers. I have no understanding why he said that. I have no understanding. That's hilarious, though. I'll be honest with you. That dude is my biggest fan. Facts, hands down.
Hold on. What happened? Hold on. Break it down because you deleted it. I was trying to catch it.
He says that Fanon said, why did Fanon tell you to eat a dick yesterday?
Oh, because probably I don't fuck with him like that, bro. I wasn't there to hang out.
Who did you say that to, Jonathan?
I wasn't there. Hold on. Well, if he said it to you, that's one thing. But if he's talking about me, because I seen Ray in the chat, listen, let me tell you.
He said, and Ray, why'd you go back to that clown? And why you went back to that clown?
I can explain it, but me and Clay already talked about it. It wasn't about being on his channel to hang out with him.
Jonathan, why did he say that? Do you know why he said it? Do you know where that came from? I don't want to tap into it too deep, but why the hell would he say that, right? I don't talk to the man. I don't say the man's name. I don't, it's interesting. It's interesting. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. The hatred. Tearing down everything around you because it's not going your way. I don't know. Because somebody in the chat mentioned you and he said, yeah. Okay. At least he's keeping it 100 about how you feel. It's all good. But the whole point, what do they mention me about? Every day, right, XL? He's my biggest fan. Yeah. He's my biggest fan. That's a fact. He's my biggest fan. He's a weird fan. He's a weird fan, but he's definitely a fan. Trust me. That's what they call those dudes. But at the end of the day, the reason Ryan is where he's at right now and saying what he's saying and feels free to say what he's saying and move that way is because he's getting a certain support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's getting a certain support and he's being enabled. He's being enabled. And he's, by the way, Fanon, whatever, you know what I'm saying, losing his credibility in the space as well. You know what I'm saying? Completely lost any type of context to the narrative that has anything to do with pushing boxing forward. He's become a tool holster, you know what I'm saying, for a handful of boxers and a number one hater of another one or two fighters, you know what I'm saying, and instigator of confrontation and indifference in the space, consistently inviting indifference and you know what I'm saying, and contention in the space. You know what I'm saying? That's what his purpose has become, right? He's become a pot stirrer of sorts that has nothing to do with growing the sport, but more so fattening his pockets by attracting people to shoot super chats and donations based on his intent for one fighter. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And supporting their contention. Come here and I'll help feed your contention, right? You come here and we can all together. This is a safe space for everybody who hates this one fighter to come and congregate. Right. And we can argue, and anybody who has any kind of support for that fighter or doesn't share the same contention I have, I invite you guys specifically to hit a link to come up on my channel so that we can eviscerate, attack, and, you know what I'm saying, discredit and dismiss you, right? I'm going to call you up aggressively. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call you up aggressively to have that happen. And then, you know, as far as I'm concerned, what does he say? Listen, I watched one. So Adam Olsen, okay, you want to defend. So why did he tell me, Adam, you're there every day, right? Almost every day. Why did he tell me to eat a dick yesterday? It's all respect. I hear him give you shout outs and tell people to come. Adam Olsen, what do you have to say towards what Jonathan Dockers just put up here?
Right. And
right there.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. Where'd it go? Jeez, man, this thing just keeps moving. Right here. What about this, Adam Olsen? You're there every day, right? You're there every day. What's that? Busy. I feel you, but so I mean, this is what he said yesterday. All right, Jarvis. So what about that? What he said? Why would he tell me to eat dick? For what reason? Why should I eat a dick? Jarvis, as long as you've been on this channel, Adam Olsen, as long as you've been coming to this channel, which hasn't been long, what have you ever heard me say to disparage that man? What would motivate him to say something like that?
We don't even talk about him.
Right? What would motivate him to randomly say something like that? No? Nothing? He gets too heated about what?
You're right, he's emotional. You ain't lying.
Fanon is an emotional man about what? So when he gets emotional, he just disrespects people who don't even talk about him. What would motivate him? And that's why I'm just keeping it 100, right? Like, I have no issues. I don't even speak about this dude, right? But since it gets brought up regularly, why? Why do I need to eat a dick? Right? It is what it is, man. Listen, man. Salute to that man. I wish him the best. But as I was stating, bro, there's people who have become culture vultures in the space based off the strength of tapping into people's emotional attachments to fighters.
Right. And let me just
okay, hold on. Boxing Hat. The conversation was about people coming in his chat to steal subs. So that's what I do.
So that's why I was there, apparently.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it because it was over there?
But it wasn't the fact that I was there because he was trying to kick our back in, and when I showed my face, he kind of cut that shit out, right? That's what it was. And then when he tried to do some dumb shit and be slick, I was like, yeah, this motherfucker up to his same shit. And I bounced on that shit. But y'all don't see that part. Listen, I don't have to explain why I was there, but I was there to see that for myself. Also, but it's cool. It's cool. Also, reaching out to give you a branch, right? Right.
In your Instagram and inviting you. And this is what I'm talking about, right? But like I said, what do you want me to say, bro? You know what I mean? I'm not hating. I'm just keeping it 100, right? You don't never hear me talk. This is the first time. I'll be honest with you. If anybody's been in this chat enough, you guys know I'm never talking about that dude. Even with the people coming in here trolling. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about that dude. But don't try to convince me. Don't piss on my leg and try to tell me it's raining, bro. I ain't falling for that shit, bro. You know what I mean? It's all good. But you know what I'm saying? We ain't going for that. He can be mean, also hangs on arguments, but not enough boxing talk. 100%, man. 100%, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? But the space right now is overwhelmed with it's oversaturated with culture vultures.
Thank you, Frequent.
Right? It's oversaturated in culture vultures. People who may have started with the best intentions.
Right.
They may have started with the best intentions on why they made their channel. Maybe they, more. I want to believe in my heart they all love boxing, but this thing right here, and it's so funny because they're quick to point fingers at you and say that people are paying you to do what you're doing, right? Meanwhile, they're actually profiting off their channels every single day from spreading their narratives. We don't profit. We ain't making no money. We just over here talking boxing. But they'd rather.
He's a motherfucker. My bad.
They'd rather project. They'd rather project what they got going on you. And then they get paranoid after they attract all this negative energy and they attract all of this attention that they've been saying they wanted. As soon as that energy comes at them, now they're paranoid and everybody's coming for them.
Right.
Pay attention to them. Now everybody's coming for them. Right? Everybody's coming for them, bro. They're not only coming for them, they're sending people for them. Now they're sending people for them. Right? It's not only just the person coming up there. Now there's a plot going on, and I know what's going. Listen, bro. Mm-hmm. This mental health thing is a real thing going on out here. And now the boxing space, you guys have put yourself, the people who are all supporting and pushing this whole narrative, I challenge you guys to speak on this topic now. Right. Show me that you're unbiased and that you're just telling the news as you see it. Facts over the feelings, right? Ain't that the famous line, Ray? Facts over your feelings. We've always been in our feelings. We've never been in the facts. Well, here are the facts now. Here are the facts. Here are the facts now. These are facts. Right. These are documented facts. We can pull up the receipts. No opinion on it. No opinion on it.
Talk about these motherfuckers, bro. Never. We don't even bring them up, and we laugh and say thank you and harsh fucking responses that are like laughable. Like we'd be like, "Oh shit, this crazy guy, yo, we like him though. Listen, and leave him alone because we don't entertain that shit." And then the real people that we do rock with, that also got their backs kicked in or their backs turned on. Guess what? They understand
100%,
and they're trying to push that narrative against them also. You know what I mean? I just listened to another brother this morning. I'm not going to say his name, and I was on his chat today, and I think Clay was up there too. But listen, that dude said it himself. He's like, "Yo, this dude be pushing narratives. That's what they do, and that's what they want to do. They make you believe that this is okay. It's not okay. Yeah, free smoke. Mm-hmm. But we good. Guess what? It's okay. Racist people live everywhere. But you know what racist is, right? Before you even use the word racist, explain to me, free smoke, what racism is. Do you know? Or are you just saying it because you just learned the word? Let's keep it 100. Because no, it's trolling. It's a troll, but don't block him.
Don't block nobody.
I want him to tell me what racism is because I'm about to educate your little Chucky Dairy ass. Do it. Tell me what it is. Don't Google it either. Google man.
Free smoke. You said we can't be mad at people for supporting Ryan. I'm not mad at people for supporting Ryan. What I'm saying is, I don't know. Are you talking about free smoke as a troll?
Are you talking about us? Oh, well, I mean, you gotta address that question because you're saying something about Ryan before he said all this was racist shit. So is that indicating us or is that what Ryan's saying and you're trying to put it against us?
No. Hold on a second. Let me just catch up. Hold on. What Free Smoke said, I think was a legitimate thing he just said right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. And you're right. I got you. Yeah. Okay.
He said we can't be mad at people for supporting Ryan before he said all of this racist shit. I agree with you, Free Smoke. I'm not mad at them. I'm not sitting here being mad. I apologize if I'm coming off as I'm mad at them. I'm not. What I'm saying is, are you going to be quiet now?
Right.
Are you not going to call this out the same way that you was calling out everything else? Are you going to call this out? Are you going to be like, yo, that's crazy. He's gone too far. I'm not rocking with that. Yo, this has gone too far. Hey, hold up, Ryan. Hold up. As somebody who's a supporter of Ryan, you feel me? Are you going to step in the space and hold him accountable and let him know that as a fan of his, you don't stand for this and your thoughts don't allow, or he doesn't need to hear from you on this? That's his business now. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying, and you're gonna fall back and be quiet. I don't know. Jarvis says, y'all remember when B-Hop said if FPR and stomped on the flag? Not the same shit, but just a question. Jarvis, I'm gonna be honest with you. When he did that, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought he was out of pocket for that, bro.
Yeah, it was disrespectful.
He went too far. It had nothing to do with nothing. He shouldn't have said that. I mean, he shouldn't have done that. Physically grab that flag from him and throw it on the damn ground.
That was disrespectful, 100%. And you know what? Can I be honest with you? I wanted motherfucking Tito Trinidad to whip his ass for that. I'm not bugging. I'm keeping it 100. I thought it was way too much, and I thought he showed some ignorance. And I'm not a person that disgrace somebody for defending what they believe is right, or people that believe something's right. And as far as racist, and that's why I was asking Free Smoke, and I'm not going to go into a long comment on this. Racism is a form of hatred. We got to understand, in order to be a racist, you got to hate the other person because of their skin color. Stop trying to define your ethnicities and make that a race. Latino is not a race. Hispanic is not a race. That's a language and that's a culture. Those are ethnicities. There's black people, brown people, and white people. Brown, as I call them, mulattoes or mixed in the Latino community. We need to understand that. And there's racism there. And you know why? Because I dated a girl from Peru who told me that there was racism in Peru. I have a friend from Chile who told me there was racism in Chile. I have a friend from Honduras that told me there's racism in Honduras. His cousin, this guy is as light bright as can be, and his cousin's as brown as clay. And he was telling me how his cousin grew up in the city and he's treated differently because he grew out in the country. So we can all go there and say what's racist and not racist. It's not racist. It's prejudice, bias, and bigotry. We need to understand the differences. If you don't understand them, don't use them. Don't say the wrong words because you use these words casually like it's correct. It's not racism. And yes, and I do know that, Rachel, there is. I know you obviously know I have a lot of friends too of that. One of my best friends is Filipino. And he told me the same thing. You know what I mean? And I get it. 100%.
Right. So at the end of the day, and you know, we got a lot. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hope you guys hit the likes. I haven't even checked the likes yet. I hope these likes are matching the amount of people that are in here. Hold on. Free Smoke said facts. They need to call this shit out now. Thank you, Free Smoke. That's all I'm saying. Yes. I'm not gonna say, look, you look stupid now. Look what you was doing. That's not the point of this. What I'm saying is, instead of allowing this due process to do what it was doing and jumping to defend somebody who was up front showing all these mental mishaps were happening, constantly doing things and saying things, you got involved in it and want to defend him, which is cool. Maybe you really believed him. But now, I want to see what happens now in the space. I'm interested in what happened now in the space because it was your duty. It was your duty to step up for him and support him and not allow his back to get kicked in. I can respect that. I can genuinely respect that. But now, I want to see how the space looks now. I want to see how quiet it's going to be tomorrow morning when all these channels go up. I want to see what the topic is going to be now. I want to see what the topic is going to be, what people are going to talk about. Not all the same thing, not even close to disrespect from Ron. 100% XL, not nowhere near. And like I said earlier, it's targeted evil hatred. It's not a fuck how he feels. Fuck how he feels. It's about his intention. It's about why he's doing it. The intention behind what he's doing. He just has a video right now posted up, and I'm going to pull it up. He got a video right now where he's saying he's not going to apologize and he don't give a fuck what nobody feels. You know what I mean? Like, I just saw it pop up on my feed.
It is the 4th over here. We definitely
right.
It's fireworks in the industry.
Mexicans do view themselves as a race. La raza in English means the race.
Yeah,
Timothy Taylor. I don't know. Yeah,
I know what it means.
At the end of the day, I mean that Ray has like a definition and he goes deep into it. I think it is a race, personally. You know what I'm saying? I think why? Because I'm gonna respect how somebody feels about themselves and not try to dismiss what they feel about themselves, right? Even though, you know, I would say Latino. I don't know if Latino is a correct way to address a Mexican, and it's more. You know, Mexican seems to be a nationality in comparison to like a race of people,
and that's what they all defend. Clay.
But I would say,
in the Latino community, just real quick. So I just want to address that. In the Latino community, what they do is they address themselves based on their nationality. My grandfather is Cuban. Okay, I have another parent in mine that's Puerto Rican. I have another family member that's Irish. I have another family, multiple family members that's from Africa, and my grandfather that's Cuban. He's from Africa. He's a descendant. Okay. Then I have other family members that are like from the islands and Trinidad and things like that. So that's all instructed. What I'm getting at, and I don't really want to touch base on this, is when people are saying things based on their nationality, they're defending their nationality and their flag, which is nothing wrong with the representation of your colors. It's just like a World Cup soccer game. That's it. But when it comes to Mexico, you have Chicanos, right? You have Chicanos, you have Mexicans, and what else? You have Vatos. You know what I mean? Like, you have a bunch of different Mexicans, bro. And I know Vatos is a bad thing. I'm just joking around. But you have different breeds, styles of Mexicans. You even have Spaniards that are in Mexico right now of descent, and they're the rich ones. And those are the ones controlling your country. But nobody talks about that. Y'all don't talk about that. And I know this. Like I said, I watch Telemundo and all that shit, bro. I can read, I understand, I dissect it, just like anybody else. Just because I don't speak Spanish on the chat or to anybody in the chat or anything like that on these platforms doesn't mean I don't know. But I just want to let y'all know. Go ahead, Clay. You can cook my back.
Right. So at the end of the day, racism is what it is, right? Like it when it shows its ugly face, there's no defending it. We're not trying to defend it. You can't. I know we ain't trying to defend it. Right. And sometimes we can get into micromanaging the whole entire conversation to where we don't include other people's opinions, right? Try to get to a bottom line foundational fact about it. And the truth of the matter is personal preference and personal perspective, it always has to be respected. You know, my point is Ryan Garcia has been off his rocker for a long time now, bro. Since the beginning of this process with Devin Haney, even a little before the match got made, with Rolly got involved in it. He's been off his square. And how good is this or bad is this for boxing? Right? How good is this or how bad is this for boxing? Right? Everything else is personal. I don't get into it. It gets political. I don't get into it. You know what I mean? That's not for this channel. This is not a political space. What we talk about here is boxing, right? And what's good for boxing is what we talk about. That's what we try to push, because there's actually a narrative and an agenda for this channel. The narrative and the agenda is to make boxing bigger. It's to attract fans to boxing. It's to celebrate boxing in the most positive way. Shed light on boxing in the most positive way. In what way, shape, or form does Ryan Garcia represent anything positive in the boxing space to bring in? Hold on, because he's bringing fans into the space. Let's not get it twisted. But what kind of fans do you want in the space? How do those fans look in the space? You want those casual fans that want to tell you that the earth is flat, tell you that kids are getting played with, tell you that, you know what I'm saying, empowered to call a race of people slanderous names, empowered to be hateful, empowered to not watch boxing, you know what I'm saying, empowered to support performance enhancement drug use, empowered to breaking all the rules, empowered to antics. It's an unhealthy thing. It's an unhealthy thing. And anybody at this point, for me, a long time ago, but at this point, if you still supporting this dude, bro, outside of supporting him getting some help, supporting him going to a mental health facility, supporting him getting on some meds, supporting him, you know what I'm saying? Supporting him getting some real help. Bro, you're a culture vulture, bro. You're a straight up culture vulture, bro, if you ain't calling this out. You say you love this sport. You say you love this sport. You say you like watching this sport. If you can't get behind, or if you are choosing to get behind this dude and the way he moves and the way he acts, and if you choose to instead focus your energy on attacking me, attacking this platform, attacking people who are trying to call this out, you the problem, bro. Right. You want to know why boxing is going through what it's going through? Look in the mirror, bro. You want to know why? You know why we can't get the best fighting the best? It's some same dudes who are sitting out there going, I don't care who a fighter fights. I just want to see him fight. Right. That's why this is happening. Right. That's why this is happening.
And they don't even want to see any other fighter but a fighter or two fight. And they don't care who they fight because they don't want to see it. Like you said, they don't want to see the best fight the best. And then they want to kick the back end of the person that had a bad performance.
Well, and the reason they don't care to see the best fight the best is because you guys have to understand what it is. Call a spade a spade. They're not fans of boxing, bro.
Right.
A lot of these content creators that you're looking over in the space are looking for a way to not have to work. That's it. God bless them. God bless them. Everybody looking for a hustle and find some sort of residual outside income outside of what they do. You know what I'm saying? They want to diversify. I understand. But you guys got to understand, bro. They don't watch boxing. They don't care about boxing. They don't care about the influence of performance enhancement drugs in the space. They're like, nah, bro, don't say that, bro. Dude got beat up, bro. That was exciting as hell. Nah, don't bring that up, bro. Don't bring that. Nah, you see what you doing? You see what you doing? Don't bring that up, bro. Don't talk about that, man. That was exciting. You see how he got knocked up inside? Did you see the size of his hand? Did you? Nobody cares. Did you see how, y'all, no, don't do that, bro. Oh, now you want to bring race into it. Yeah, I know he called you a whole nigga and everything, but no, don't distract the point. The point is Devin didn't put up his right hand and stop trying to get over the fact that he lost. He might have said that, but he just trolling. He just trolling, know what I'm saying? He's just selling the fight, man. He's selling the fight and you guys can't take it. When did we get so sensitive? You guys is emotional. He took maybe by accident, clearly. What did he say? He said the kids was getting their butts played with. Oh, he was getting his ass played with. Oh, well, he's just trying to sell the fight. You know what I mean? Look at what the pay-per-view numbers do. After he does that, look at the pay-per-view numbers. That's what y'all say. That's what y'all sound like to me.
That's so crazy.
That's what y'all sound
like. And that's another thing. Can I talk about that real quick? Because I wanted to talk about this yesterday. What the hell is pay-per-view numbers got to do with fighting the best fighter in front of you? What? Stop. One guy, two guys, three guys said it. Oh, because of this and that. But then we watch the same guy you're defending with these pay-per-view numbers and this and that, fighting people that didn't even fight on pay-per-view before and making a name of them. So what are we really talking about? Well, we know the name of the other guy, and people will watch the fight. We know this. Come on, man.
Shout out, Rachel. What fight are we promoting? Are we promoting right now? The fight this weekend, but we're not promoting the fight right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Rachel. What we're doing is we're attacking Ryan for attacking people, and we're holding the content creation space accountable.
Right.
That's what we're doing right now.
We're not contest.
All of our shows, we're promoting fights. We're talking about fights. I dare to argue that we talk about a more variety of fights than most shows in the space. That we talk about all fights, and we will continue to. And before the end of this live, we're gonna be talking about boxing.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? But now,
we're not pay-per-view numbers and pissing contests over two performers at the heights of their game, not fighting each other because this guy made 3 million pay-per-view numbers. Stupid, dumb.
Yeah. But right now, what we're doing is we're attacking. We're holding accountable. We're saying, where are you guys at? What happened? What happened to keeping it 100? What happened to facts over feelings? What happened to unbiased? What happened to just keeping it real? I want to see y'all continue. I want to see y'all continue doing what y'all say y'all been doing. I want to see y'all continuing to keep it real, continuing to be unbiased, continuing staying out of your feelings, like you accuse us of being.
Right. And what's going on, Boxing Hacker? Got the black Naruto I see in the building. You drew that, or that's just something that
No, I didn't draw it. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out, man.
Yeah, I see that.
I saw it.
That's dope.
I appreciate it. But yeah, I saw it. I was like, man, I gotta cop this picture. But yeah, shouts out to you guys, man. And honestly, like you guys are dragging us a point that I've been saying for a while, Like the hate. The reality is the hate for Devin Haney. I don't know where it came from. I've seen like channels like perpetuate it so much, but it has grown to something like astronomical. I've never really seen it before, Like when we look at this Ryan Garcia situation, I feel like not many people are really Ryan Garcia fans. I feel Ryan Garcia fans are people who watch like social media. The world is really backing Ryan because of how he did against Devin, because they feel if they can keep justifying what Ryan does, it just solidifies, Ryan's performance against Devin, and like what you mentioned before about the whole like now people are looking at pay-per-view numbers and buys and like how many like tickets people are selling. I said this once before. Never have I seen that in boxing, where boxing fans are judging the fighter off his pay-per-view sales. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones paying for it. So if even the person didn't even sell well, you put money to watch that fight.
Right.
It's
Boxing Hacker, real quick before you continue, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Does the champion get rewarded for having more pay-per-views than the guy that doesn't? Does that mean they fought?
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, continue.
Yeah, exactly. It's a like I said, it's really stimulating from Devin Haney. I don't know where this unseated hatred for Devin Haney has come from. Like I've seen people will say when Devin Haney's fight was even being announced, they were like, "Oh, he doesn't sell. He's not gonna sell anything." Oh my God! I've been looking at. They'll show like diagrams of the stadium. Oh my God! See, there's still tickets. They're lying and selling. There's tickets available. I can still buy tickets. Then other fights will happen. They won't mention anything. I'm like, oh, David Benavidez just fought. Did y'all look at his pay-per-view, his sales? How did he do? Nobody checked it at all. But Devin, it'll be pure scrutiny. Like from beginning to end. Like and even like in the world of boxing, Devin's the only person I ever seen they had like the clinch-o-meter. When he fought Kambosos. Never have I seen that before. Where they had a meter for clinching. Devin doesn't even clinch as much as some other fighters do, but they have one for him. And then you have these content creators who speak upon him for hours, hours, and hours. It's like the main topic of discussion. There'll be a whole fight happening the next day. They'll be like, well, Devin Haney is destroying boxing. Devin Haney, I hate Bill. Content creators talking about, I wish, let's keep Devin down. I wish this guy would die. All sorts of craziness, And I don't know where, and us as other boxing fans, we need to watch for that because at the end of the day, everybody's just a fighter, Even if you don't like a certain fighter, maybe their style or something, they put their life on the line just like every other fighter does. They train as hard just like every other fighter does. Devin Haney, no matter what you say about him, he trains in the gym every single day. I mean, the guy trains hard for his fight. He always makes weight. He is like a good example, role model of what a boxer should be, And so is Tank, and so are all these other fighters. But when we spend so much time down in it, to me, it's just been like crazy,
Yeah, I mean, I shout out to you, Boxing Hacker. Yeah. I agree with you, right? What it comes down to though is hatred is a dangerous thing. Hatred can fester into other things. If the foundational, and I don't want to get all sentimental, right? But if the foundational understanding of the sport was the love of this sport more than the hatred for a certain fighter, then personal feelings for somebody who you don't personally know can be an unhealthy thing, right? Mm-hmm. To have personal feelings about somebody you don't personally know can manifest in unhealthy ways, right? So instead of holding a boxer accountable for his accolades in boxing, for his shortcomings in boxing, for what he's doing in boxing, choosing to say, I can't stand this dude. That's a deep emotional feeling. At what point did it get to the point to where you can't stand this dude, right? Because now it's innocent, but then it manifests into a situation like this to where you have to get out of your feelings about this fighter and start thinking about the sport. You got to start thinking about the sport in totality, about the sport. And you're having a hard time separating your emotional attachment to your hatred or love of a boxer to what's beneficial or not beneficial for the sport. Does that make sense what I'm saying to you, a Boxing Hacker?
Facts,
right?
Facts. Yeah.
That's what's making this extra difficult for people to hold Ryan accountable. Because they're conflicted with the idea. They are conflicted with the idea of holding Ryan accountable with supporting Devin.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Like I said, I even think maybe it starts from certain content creators, right? Like if you're somebody who listens to a content creator hate on Devin for like 3 or 4 hours, after a while, a little seed is gonna sink into your brain, And there are real content creators that for whatever reason they like to hate on Devin. I think mainly because like talk about Devin brings attraction to like channels a lot, Like if you put Devin Haney in some like your title, you see more people get attracted to it because he has so many like antagonists, and then he has the protagonists that want to come in to defend them.
Right.
It's like a hot topic versus like most people like the people who like are diehards aren't as many versus the people who are more like into the whole social media aspect of it.
Yeah, they're having a hard time. They're having an identity crisis. They think they're boxing fans, but they're having a hard time admitting that no, you're not a boxing fan. You're a fan of a boxer, and you have to ask yourself, what does a boxing fan look like before you call yourself a boxing fan? What does a boxing fan look like? And once you find yourself on the side of an argument of trying to dismiss or diminish the value of a clean sport, to push your narrative, you might be crossing some lines that might be making you look more casual than you claim to be. You know what I mean? Way more casual than you claim to be. Shout out to, let me see here. It says, no, I won't support Wade. Devin needs a new set of eyes in his corner for sure. Devin needs a new trainer, and Tio does too. No doubt. I'll be honest with you. Ryan Garcia needs some people in his corner. And no, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest, right? Like, the people like his father and his mother who he's tuning out right now and doesn't seem to be really taking any type of advice from them or moving with them. Like the father, came out and said, listen, man, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. My son got a drinking problem, right? I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. And it's something I have no problem saying that. You know what I mean? He says that and then says, my son ain't a cheat. But, shout out to a father who still wants to, have his son's back. I don't hold it against him that he says that. But what I do think is interesting is that the people who look like they're not going to be yes men for him, he tunes them out. And he only keeps people. When you look in those Twitter spaces and that guy when Champ Side was talking to Ryan, that guy was sitting on the side going, "What are you talking about, Champ Side? He's just a young man." Those guys that Ryan seems to make sure stay around him. They enable him, right? They push him. They say you don't need to get help, bro. Don't listen to them. So what you drink? So what you tell a casual every now and then, you casually tell somebody to, you invite them to your private parts, bro. It's because you're not perfect, bro. You can't be perfect, bro. So what if you're getting drunk and you're coming up online every now and then, slurring your words and just saying random things, bro? We all go through it, bro. Have another drink. That's who he chooses to listen to, right? Mm-hmm. He separates and he pushes everybody else away from himself. Everybody else who would hold him accountable, like a Derek James, or maybe his father and his mother, or maybe his brother, right? I don't know. Maybe Oscar. I don't know who those people are. But more than likely, the people you see him pushing away from himself, the people you see him pushing away and not talking to, are probably the people who aren't being his yes men, who are just telling him exactly the way shit is.
Yeah, and one thing about this whole thing is like, I just wish the people who kept putting the battery on his back don't shy away now because he's starting to cross the line. Because people, for instance, the whole like F Muslims thing, right? Let's not forget Ryan, the same person when Devin and him were about to fight, he kept going on this rant like how the Christians are going to beat the Muslims because he's going to beat Devin. People act like they don't remember that. I saw people in the chat talking about, when Ryan initially got the win, they were like, oh yeah, this is how the Muslim God loses to God, the Christian God. I'm like, they're the same God. There's only one God. Different religions, same God, the same different ideologies, same God. But people create this thing and they supported Ryan's whole notion. Now that he's saying F Muslims, why are you surprised? I was surprised.
And why? And the F Muslims thing, right? The F Muslims. Mm-hmm. That was so interesting, right? How he sees and how he processes things, right? Because where did that come from? That came from him being in disagreement with a journalist, a Muslim journalist, or content creator, or I don't know what you want to call him, but I know he has a huge following. I think his name is Muhammad Hijab, or something like that. And he, obviously he's Muslim, and he's like pro-Palestine, and he's one of those guys, right? So he doesn't like something that he said. Clearly, I don't know what he said that he doesn't like, but instead of addressing his beef with that one guy and calling that guy out for whatever he got issues with him, he just takes a shot at the whole entire culture, right? He takes a whole shot at the whole entire culture, and he doesn't take it back. He doesn't care. Don't tell me that you're tapped into some sort of God frequency That you know what I'm saying, that you love God and that, you know, Jesus Christ is, don't try to sell me that you're tapped into a frequency like that and your instincts is to do something like that, to respond to a couple of people disagreeing with you, or, you know, I mean, FN bombs with the ER at the end of it. Don't tell me that you're tapped into a frequency with God that is allowing you to that be your first instinct with no problem. No, bro.
The devil is a liar, bro.
Always been a liar.
You always try to tell you he don't exist, but he do.
The biggest trick he ever played.
Right.
The biggest trick he ever played. You know what I mean?
World that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Right. It's profound, bro. It's profound. And I hold Ryan Garcia accountable for everything that he says. But let me tell you something, bro. If he has mental health issues, if he's doing all these things because he can't, look, bro, trust me when I tell you, I'm way more concerned with the actual space than Ryan Garcia. Right. Ryan Garcia is one man with a Twitter account that's going crazy and saying whatever he feels like coming to his brain. As crazy, Thomas, I was about to click you up. I don't know if you lost a connection. I was literally about to bring you up. But as he's one person, bro. It's the space that's been feeding into this. Starting
with his sidekick. Let's not forget that guy.
Who's the sidekick?
I don't know who this guy is, but he is the greatest enabler of all times, you know?
Right.
Everything Ryan does, he's like, hey, Ryan is a young guy. Who are you?
Oh, you're talking about the guy on the show. You're talking about
the guy on
the
show. His sidekick. Yeah. I don't know that guy's name, but he beats Robin. You know, Batman and Robin?
He sounds like Robin. If there was a movie and you wanted to make the movie and have like the devil on the side pushing you to do stuff that's bad, it would sound like that guy's voice. Like he sounds like it from the movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, like the original It. I'm talking about the original one, or maybe even the new one with John Leguizamo. Maybe that one too. But he has a very, you know, very
like cringe, Georgie, like that voice, right?
Yeah, very cringe. You know what I mean? Just bad voice. A voice that just like makes me uncomfortable to hear him talk.
You don't strike me that way. He sounds like a kid that lived in the basement all his life. Like, you know, those kids that lived with like a DOS machine, you know, like Windows 95 computer, never left the basement for like 10 years.
Like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. It's not the Crypt Keeper. He sounds like a carnival, like the devil came with the carnival to your town, and he's the guy with the top hat inviting you into the carnival, like inviting you into inevitable, like, you know what I mean, deadly space, you know what I mean, where your worst nightmares are gonna come true, you know what I'm saying? But first he's gonna appease you with cotton candy and Kool-Aid and hot dogs and, well, let me not go there, Paul.
Look. Rachel said hit right on the nail right on the head. That's what he sound like. Maybe that's the guy that was. Maybe that's the founder of Clay. Yeah, he sounds like a dude who could be doing that as well. Wait, hold on a second, guys. Salute Thomas Hill in the building, man. Salute, Thomas. You there, Thomas? You good? Did I catch you off guard? You didn't expect me to come at you?
No, you can't hear me?
I hear you now. Boom. Yep.
Yeah, what's good with you fellas?
Chilling, man.
And you know, we up here ranting, holding the space accountable. You know what I'm saying?
As well, you should, man. The space is definitely going the way of toxicity. And like I said, man, it's not even about boxing at times, man. But, you know, unfortunately, such is the times, man. And we live in a time where people do things for clicks and giggles, man. Clicks and giggles.
Right.
And I don't know what's going on. I didn't hear what Ryan said, but I do know that man is calling out for help, man. And somebody got to get him the right help he needs, because, you know, it's a spiral. And, you know, it goes down. And, you know, the crash ought to be a lot harsher.
Yeah, he's screaming for attention. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what the intention, how he gets the attention at this point. He's willing to jump into some dark spaces. He's playing in shit. You know what I'm saying? He's choosing to roll around and play in feces right now. And cover himself in feces and stink up the whole entire space just to get people to look at him by any means necessary. Boxing is no longer going to do it because he's suspended from boxing, right? He can't fight anymore. He can't promote fights anymore because nobody's going to take him seriously in that space because we know you're suspended. So if you sit there and call out Virgil Ortiz and say, yeah, Virgil, we could fight, everybody looking at you like, why would Virgil be looking to make a fight with somebody who's suspended? Nobody's taking him seriously. So now he's going to the next level, right? The next level is, since I can't get boxing attention, I'm going to get the world's attention by triggering groups of people saying crazy things. So his latest antic is he went up on a Twitter space and said, fuck niggas and fuck Muslims. That's what he said.
I think he dropped.
And he spelt it out with the ERS.
Yep.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone.
And the black guy who was talking to was like, "Hey, Ryan, don't forget you got black fans." Yeah, okay. Too late for that argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just let you know what people really like behind closed doors, man. We say it all the time.
Hey, man, give a man money, you'll see who he really is, man.
When you think your neighbor's that guy and he likes you.
What live is he on? Is he on
I think on Twitter. I told you I think he was on that one show earlier.
Is he on Twitter?
Hold on. Ooh.
Where's he at? Oh, Instagram. Okay. Let me see if I can pull him up. Let's see if I can grab him on here. Instagram. Oh, this is my personal Instagram. Can I switch it?
No, I don't see him live.
Yeah, I don't see him. Hold on.
He's on somebody's channel, maybe.
Yeah, he's not live on Insta. Oh, it ended. Okay, it ended. Oh, okay. So it was on. It was on. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I want to stream because I don't know what he might say. You know what I mean? Happy 4th. Salute, J.R. Spock. Salute. He was on a live at a restaurant. Okay.
Who's that? Ryan?
Live unless he started up again. Okay. Yeah, Ryan. Ryan was up there. But I mean, look, it is what it is, man. It really is what it is. But the space is embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing to see people hold other people accountable and want to put their names in you know, they want to put their names in their thumbnails and attack them for calling this out, for choosing to call this out, even if you don't want to call it out. I mean, what kind of crab in the barrel mentality are we dealing with right now? And that's why my thumbnail looks like the way it does, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where if you're looking at it, you're going to see crabs in it. You're going to see somebody reaching to get out and a bunch of people grabbing them and trying to hold them back or trying to hold on to them and go along for the ride, maybe. You know what I mean? Nobody's standing on business out here, bro. And I've been watching it for a minute. And that's why I created a channel. I created a platform. You know what I'm saying? The reason behind it was because I saw the direction that the space was going into. I saw how people were just talking. I saw how black people were just super concerned about black boxers and Mexicans were super concerned about Mexican boxers and people were in the space were being fanatics of one particular fighter and attacking everybody else, not only attacking the fighter, but attacking anybody who supported the fighter. And all in all, when you look at the best not fighting the best and you're trying to figure out why these things look like they look the way they do, it's because of y'all, bro. It's because of y'all. Because the best don't have to fight the best. You feel what I mean? They don't have to fight the best.
And they can still cash in and sell pay-per-views.
You know what was crazy? I remember like people were saying that, oh, if Devin fights Ryan, he better go toe-to-toe like he was saying, blase, you know? He better go toe-to-toe. No matter how you felt about the fight, that brother went to fight. He fought with all his heart. You know, it was a tough fight. But he laid it all on the line, you know? The moment that fight ended, people, the whole narrative changed. Devin knew never to fight Ryan. The same people who were like, he should fight toe-to-toe were like, Devin knew not to fight Ryan like that. He knew it. He was crazy. But fighting plan was that he should switch trainers. Oh, now he should switch trainers. You know, which I'm never a fan of because I believe that, you know, Bill Haney, regardless of what people think he did, he made Ryan the youngest undisputed and multi-division champion. Every fighter can lose. You know, like any fighter, your favorite fighter can lose tomorrow. It happens all the time. You know.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, man. Free Smoke, MFs used to cancel whole generations of a family on Twitter for this shit.
Right.
Nah, man. There's a lot of tolerance, man. There's a lot of desensitizing going on in the space.
Yeah,
People
right.
just aren't moved anymore. People are so used to it. You know what I'm saying? And when Henry Garcia made his statement about, calling Bill Haney a nappy-headed motherfucker, I laughed at it, right? But I made a joke about it. You know what I'm saying? And I put it on my thumbnail like, damn, yo, this is getting spicy. Now Henry Garcia is saying this. And somebody got mad as hell, bro. Oh, you're race baiting. You see what you're doing? You're trying, get over it. You're still stuck. And keep in mind while they're doing it, I'm sitting here thinking like, I wasn't even taking that seriously. But just seeing how you just reacted to it, just seeing how triggered you were to check me, right? To let me know to stay in my place, to not say nothing. Because I said something, it was your responsibility as somebody who looks like me to get me back in line. We finally got into a space where we're moving on up to the east side. We finally got in a space where we can be out here and they're not holding this over our heads. And you want to start complaining against Negro, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Stop making them mad. Massa done been nice to us for a long time now, and he been letting us do stuff, and we can do things now, and here you are about to make him upset. Don't you do it, sir. Don't you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like all the shucking and jiving and boot licking and the hooty hoo, all that going on. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, Blue.
It's Blue Blood Sports in the family. You know what we building on, man. I'll put it out there if you feel like stepping up into it. I know you was doing something over there as well. Let me see here. Let me put it in the. Let me see if I. Oh, you put it up. All right, thank you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? As soon as somebody else in the space starts to speak on it, because they have some pride in themselves, right? They have some understanding for themselves about how they got children. You know what I'm saying? They got a family. They got people who they want to affect and let them know, like, nah, man, I'm going to stand up for you. I'm going to say something. I'm not going to let this slide. And I'm going to be an example. You better not let it slide, man, because they think it's sweet. What did Jay-Z said? He says, I don't want to say something, but damn, if I don't, these dots ain't going to act like I ain't on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then you got to let them know, like, nah, no. And listen, Henry Garcia is saying that nappy-headed MF in line. For me, salute, Ryan Frazier, salute. For me, when I see stuff like that happen, I don't look at the person who said what they said. I don't look at them. While y'all looking, you know who I look at? I look at the people who he said it to.
Right.
That's who I look at. I don't look at the person who said it. You know what I'm saying? I look at the people around that let it slide. I look at the people that still who's in the bathroom going like this. You crazy, man. That's who I'm looking at. That's who I look at when I see stuff like that happen. I don't look at the guy who said it. I don't care what Ryan Garcia says. Well, Ryan Garcia don't make me shit. I don't care. What about everybody else who's been standing around here, who's made their show, who's raised their followership, thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers you guys have built on defending this man. You know what I'm saying? Off of staying on this topic a month and a half, 2 months. What is it? It was April, May, June, July, almost 2 months. Almost 2 months.
2.5 months.
Right? April to May.
June 20th, and we're halfway.
20th.
Yeah.
2.5 months.
Right.
Yeah, 2.5 months ago, a fight that happened 2.5 months ago, riding this wave out, building your channel up, riding this wave.
You know what's crazy too, Clay? But all the boxing going on in between that, we never talked about. They never talked about none of it. We talked about it.
No. Yeah, that's why I said I'm talking to them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. That's
right.
What's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm just reiterating so everybody understands. Like they never talked about everything that took place in between that. All the pay-per-views, all the fights, all the super fights, all the great cards, all the rising stars. They talked about none of that. All they talked about was the same thing. Oh, we don't care if he tested for ostarine. It was only 6 nanograms. Oh, he still beat the shit out of Devin. No. Oh, this.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Devin.
Conti did it. That's a fair line. Conti must have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the people,
It was, right. Oh, Vada's on the payroll.
You know what I mean? All the research and all that. We need to look into this and get to the bottom of this.
We need to figure out how Conti
to get to the bottom of this.
Everybody became a chemist all of a sudden.
Right.
But let's be real about one thing, guys. You're all talking about what happened with Henry Garcia, right? Let's not forget Bill Haney after the Lomachenko fight, after Devin won, they threw a ball at Bill Haney's head.
Yeah, smacked him in there, and they was laughing at it.
People laughed. They threw a ball at Bill Haney's head.
A beer bottle.
A beer bottle. He was bleeding.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
He was bleeding. The same, if it was Lomachenko's dad that got hit with that, I promise you, there'll have been a public outrage. There'll have been a big cry about,
it'd been a crime against Ukraine. Yeah, it'd have been a crime against Ukraine.
But Bill Haney?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Whoever supports Ryan and his behavior is effed up. Yeah, but Jay Boxing, you so 100%. You so 100% on what you're saying here. But my question is, what does supporting Ryan look like? Does it look like coming out and being like, I ain't got no problem with what he said? Or can silence also look like support? I want you guys to know how to identify support. I want you to understand what support looks like. So when you see support, you know you're looking at support, right? You might not realize you're seeing support. You might not realize what support really looks like because you might be seeing support in one way, and that's somebody coming up going, man, they just pushing this too far, man. Ryan ain't serious. That's a form of support. Yo, Ryan ain't mean that. He got mental health issues. Right. That's definitely a support. That's definitely support. But you know what else is support? I ain't got no opinion on it. That's support.
Right.
I don't got no opinion on it. Ain't my business. That's support. Trust me. Don't y'all get it twisted, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to learn how to stand on business. You better learn how to see. You know what I'm saying? When you need to learn how to see support and understand what it looks like. Changing this all of a sudden, nobody talking about Ryan no more. That's support. That's support.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely support. Believe me, it don't look like it, but trust me when I tell you that's support. I don't want to talk about that. You're going to bring that up now? That's old. He's been going, come on, you guys. He's not even boxing. Can we talk about boxing all of a sudden? Right? Those channels that were talking about this nonstop, all of a sudden, that's not even got nothing to do with boxing. That's support. Yo, salute to Jay Boxing in the building. Salute, Jay. How you doing?
Jay.
Salute to the chat, bro. Thanks for the opportunity. Can you guys hear me well?
Oh, yeah, I hear you clearly, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was gonna say it's kind of like, cause I'm part black and Latino, but the point I'm trying to make, sometimes like when I grew up, a lot of times they used to say like the N-word because I was born and raised in Bronx, and me seeing like how my ancestors and stuff went through that shit didn't sit right with my spirit. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. The fact that he called the N-word and people started laughing at him, like laughing like it's a joke, and he has like brothers with him and stuff like that, our community like supporting him is like effed up, That's to show like how effed up this generation is, because if he do that like back then in the old days, he will get slapped, mollywopped, jumped, you name it. You know what I mean? But it's really bad, man. I'm so sad that these kind of behaviors allowed, because if he did that like in NFL, NBA, or MLB, he will get banned for life. They don't play with that shit over there. You know what I mean? It's and the fact that people are trying to go back to the fight, like ain't no fight. There's no talking about fights or PEDs. This guy is tripping. You know what I mean? Because people try to move the goalpost, saying like, yeah, but Ryan beat Devin. I don't care no more if he beat him or not. This behavior is not like accepted. You know what I mean? Like this guy is tripping, bro.
Right.
I agree with you. Good point.
Yeah, it gets to a point too. It gets to a point to where we got to get past the silliness of it all, right? With like in the beginning, there's a certain silliness to it that maybe can be entertaining. Yeah, I know what y'all saying, but nah, man, y'all just trying to take the attention. Okay, fine. It's 2.5 months later, and now this man is saying this. And trust me, this ain't gonna be the last thing he does and says. You know what I'm saying? This ain't
yeah.
going to be the last thing he does or he says. You know what I mean? At what point does it become, yo, bro, this is uncomfortable? And the same voices that were standing tall, right, and defending and fighting for his right to have mental health issues, and you know, they trying to steal this win away from him, and they felt the need, they had to speak for him. You know what I'm saying? Because boxing is such a messed up space. People are getting falsely accused of things they never did before. Their supplements are being tainted. They're purposely being set up. Conspiracies are being made to tear down this fighter, and you guys aren't seeing the woods for the forest. Okay, I feel you, bro. You felt the need to speak up, Mr. Revolutionary. Mr. Revolutionary, I understand, man. When you got to stand up for something, I respect somebody who stand up for something, bro. I respect it, bro. I hope you stand up now. You know what I'm saying? I hope you continue with that energy that we know you for now, that we've built up a certain amount of respect for you now, understanding who you are and staying out your way. And we always respect revolution. We understand. We know who you are. We know you don't play no games, and you're going to tell the truth no matter who it hurts, because facts ain't got nothing to do with your feelings, right? Well, all right then, man. Salute to you, brother. Can't wait to see your blog tomorrow morning about how about this trending topic.
Well, we know what that's going to be.
Yeah.
Let's see how much of your attention this deserves.
You're going to be doing the job. Look, here we go. Happy feet. Here we go, baby. Yeah, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see, man. It's your time to shine, man. Y'all been shining thus far. Y'all been shining thus far. You know what I'm saying? Thus far, y'all been shining, bro.
Happy feet, baby.
You know what?
Thousands of subscribers. I've seen channels go from like 250 to 300 plus thousand subscribers inside of 2.5 months. I've seen this with my eyes.
Facts.
If you don't Devin Haney, that's what happens, right?
So now, keep it 100, like you said. Keep it 100. Call it how you see it.
That's right. Yeah.
One thing I found interesting about that space interview wasn't even the fact that he used the N-word, is his discussion about BLM, right? Because he first started off like, forget Black Lives Matter, Black Lives don't matter. He was going off about BLM, right? And certain supporters were like, yeah, you're right. You know what? All lives matter. You know, but he was saying Black Lives don't matter. He didn't say all lives matter. He said Black Lives don't matter. You know, and then some guy came on the stage talking about, that's right, they don't say nothing when Black people kill each other every day on the street, you know? And one thing I always want to say about that is, like, I can't speak for the validity of BLM, but, like, when it comes to the whole...
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. Hold on. Not Free Smoke. He ain't going to no 300,000 subscribers. That's not a shot of Anon. That's not a shot of Anon. Not at all, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe I don't watch his content, so I don't know if that's what he did. I don't know. Has his subscribers gone up like that? I don't know. Is he like 200,000, 150, 300,000? I don't know. But I definitely wasn't talking about him when I was talking about those numbers. I think most people know who I was talking about.
One special guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, so like one thing about the whole BLM movement, you know, Black Lives Matter, it wasn't about like crime on black. It was about Black people being treated fairly in the justice system when they're getting killed, right? Because when officers would kill like Black people, it seemed like they would get like minimum punishment for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where that whole, you know, Black Lives Matter, saying that our lives are equal, should be equal in the justice system, just like any other life, you know? But then Ryan created this whole just twisted narrative, was like saying that, oh, Black lives don't matter, they kill each other, stuff like that, you know, to me, which was even more damaging.
Right, Free Smoke.
You know?
Saying that is stupid, because that's like I said, I'm part Puerto Rican. That's are saying like all Puerto Ricans kill each other every day. Like, you know what I mean? That comment is stupid, bro. To say like, oh, Black people kill each other all day. Like, nah, man. I don't know, man. The things that he's doing doesn't sit well with my spirit, bro. Like they try to say like every time he does something stupid, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, no, bro. When I used to grow up, if I made a mistake, I had to pay the consequences. You know what I mean? You like, there's no saying like the thing that he said to Sab Judah. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, bro, really? That's how a man that's 25-year-old with 2 children behaves. Like, come on, bro. Like, Get out of here.
Talk about you gonna sleep with people's wives, bro. That's actually killing terms. I don't know how people feel about that.
Talk to him, Big Sarge.
I'm surprised they didn't even hit him yet, bro. I mean, I'm not
He
gonna
got
say that, but you know what I mean?
security. He's like the
Yeah.
Tekashi 6ix9ine of boxing right now.
Look, guys, right? Listen, right? I think it's important, like just like I said earlier, it's important to know what support looks like. It's important to know what a lot of things look like. An apology, we should understand what that looks like. Apology looks like something. To be sorry looks like something. It's not just a word. You can see an apology, bro. Am I right? Let me give you an example. Maybe just to put some clarity on it, just to give it some perspective. Somebody breaks your shit. An apology might look like he bought you a new thing to replace it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he just sits there and says he broke it, then walks and goes home and he goes back to playing his PS5, and you just lost your property with no aspirations of seeing it come back to you, is that an apology?
No.
Right?
Man.
So an apology looks like something. It looks like something. There's an act. There's a way of moving. There's a way there's a way of changing going forward that puts perspective, makes an apology actually almost damn near tangible, almost touch an apology. We're in a world right now where apologies don't hold weight no more. We're in a world right now where definition and what words mean don't hold weight no more, right?
Amen,
Girl
brother.
could be a boy could be a girl, kid could be a dog or a sheep, man could be a woman. You know what I'm saying? A man can have a period. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Bathroom.
Oh yeah, bro. Definitions. The words have been played with, and people think as soon as they go, "I'm sorry," as far as they're concerned, they're done with it. They apologized. Now it's up to you to get over it. They don't have to mean it. They don't have to show it in their actions. They don't have to change how they do things now. I said, I'm sorry, bro. Get over it, bro. Rub your ears and get over it, bro. Go in the corner, go like this. Go like this. Go in the corner, go like this until you feel better, and then you stop crying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. So now, hold on a second. Okay, just came.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Is he live right now? Is he live right now?
Oh, Rachel, let me tell you something. Rachel, you know how valuable you are to me? Do you know how much I value? No, seriously, hold on, Rachel. Do you know how valuable you are to me? You know how much I value you? How important you are to me in this space? How much of a good friend you've been to me? Rachel. All right. It's the truth. You know I ain't playing with you, girl. Big sis in the building. Always. I don't play about Rachel, bro. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I don't play about her, bro. I get stupid and ignorant about her. What they say? I start simping. You know what I'm saying about Rachel?
Yeah, she's
Let me
always,
shout out to her,
with
man.
the facts. Yeah.
No, shout out to Rachel, bro. She's been supporting this channel. She's been supporting me personally through advice, conversations, all about boxing. We build boxing for hours. She's schooling the shit out of me. Every now and then she gotta cuss me out. No, dude, you're not listening. But you know, bringing it. You know what I mean? You'd be shocked at how tough that little girl is. You know what I'm saying? But
that's big sister, big sister right there, right?
Bro, always keeping me in line, bro. Always keeping me in line. And I respect you so much for it. I respect you for so much for it. I'm about to share, guys. It's sharing time. It's sharing time.
You guys are calling out
Everybody
the
take a seat,
right?
get your blanket, sit on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Sit around, gather around. It's sharing time. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Okay. Let me pull it up. WBC. Let's see. Boop. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to get it up here. Rachel, can you put the link
Is it what I think it is? What I just sent you to? Because I was on that too.
Is that what it is? Hold on, let me see. Okay, yup, that's what it is. That's what it is. Hold on.
I got you.
Ray, I'm not finna simp for you like that, bro. We're not doing that.
Oh, I don't need none of that. Oh, whoa.
You my guy.
There, buddy.
You my guy, but you know what I'm saying?
You know what? Rachel, I'm jealous.
Don't get jealous. Don't get jealous.
I'm jealous, Rachel.
You're just not getting that type of love, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm good, bro. Listen,
it's not happening, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm good.
You know what I mean?
My wife right next door. I'm good, Clay.
Yeah, no problem. Just want to be clear. You know what I'm saying?
He said no simping activity allowed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, boom. There we go. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Oh, she said she did it first. No, he just checked your message first because you told him to.
No, he did it first. He definitely hit me first. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hold on.
Listen. You got to let her win at everything for real. You know what, Clay?
Listen, bro, I gotta give her. We'll talk about it later, bro. We'll talk about it later. All right. So Mauricio Suleiman 9 minutes ago just posted this up on Twitter. So I'm gonna read it for you guys because I know that the messaging is small. It says, exercising my authority as the president of WBC. And shout out to Mauricio Suleiman because he was doing a lot of simping. He was doing a lot of simping, a lot of bootlicking, and he was moving real weird about this topic for a minute now, but it seems like there may be some redemption for him. Won't God do it? I'm hereby expelling Ryan Garcia from any activity with our organization. We reject any form of discrimination. I fear for Ryan's well-being as he has declined multiple attempts for our help with mental health and substance abuse. Hold on a second. Let me open this up here. You know what I'm saying? They say, wow. So he's not allowed to, they expelled him. That's a big word. Expel usually means kicked out, like you ain't coming back. Like if you get expelled, that's like permanent, right?
Yeah, that's permanent.
Yep.
Right? So his boxing career is pretty much
over.
On a decline,
WBC has nothing to do with him no more.
Because that puts pressures on the other sanctioning bodies as well, right?
I was gonna say the same thing right now.
That puts pressure on the other sanctioning bodies. Like, well, you see what they did. What are you finna do? Because now the WBC, now an actual sanctioning body, has acknowledged him as doing discriminatory activity.
Actions.
Being racist actions. You know what I'm saying? He's being acknowledged and recognized for it on a political business level, right. On a, like, I can't affiliate myself with this type of energy. If you choose to, that's your business. As for me and mine's, you know what I'm saying? We will not be participating in this foolery.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You know who spoke on this earlier? And shout out to him, boxing hacker. What'd he say? The NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, they all have things in place for this type of action. Huh? That was Jay Boxing?
Yeah, I was like, I said that.
Oh, Jay Boxing? I'm sorry, Jay Boxing. My bad. I'll give you the credit. My bad, brother. You right. Okay.
I'll take the credit.
No, Jay Boxing. You know what? You said that. They all have things in place for this, sanctions in place for this. And guess what? Literally, he must be listening to you, bro.
You've been dropping jewels. Just not that.
My bad. I had to leave the room. I forgot, bro. My bad. But anyway, let's shout out Jay Boxing for that then. You know what I mean? Correction. Yeah. But listen. Thank you for that.
Shout out for the flyer.
You literally just said that, and now look what's going on. Sanctioning bodies got involved, and it's probably going to trickle down. It's going to change. His kid's career is probably over. We'll see him on celebrity boxing like he wants to, and then probably nobody going to fight him
right now. Ordinary M, literally right now, we're talking about it.
And he has a 1-year ban. So what does that mean? Coming back, that means he'll never be champion, right? He can technically still fight, but he just can't fight for the WBC.
Like, they still sanction the fights though. The sanction. If none of these sanctions sanction these fights, he won't get in the ring.
That's worse than 1-year ban. That's like
like I said, he'll have to go to like maybe just get a license in a state and fight on a celebrity boxing card or fight out of state on one of these Jake Paul cards. Yeah,
but now the pressure's on him because now the pressure's on anybody who does business with him. Right? Like whoever chooses to do business with him, it's understood where he stands. And listen, guys, what he did was extreme. We've been so desensitized between the movies we watch, between the things that we've seen, you know what I mean? That we've been desensitized to how extremely
Ignorant.
Ignorant and indifferent. What he did was F all niggas and F all Muslims is worldwide disrespect.
Oh yeah.
It's worldwide. It's not just boxing fans. It's not just in the United States. It's not just, you know what I'm saying? It's worldwide disrespect, especially in the temperature of the world that we in today, especially right now. When you think about what's going on around the world right now in particular, it's super insensitive and ignorant. And I like that they commented on when they said that that I fear for Ryan's well-being as he has declined multiple attempts for our help with mental health and substance abuse.
Yeah.
Yo, free smoke, man. Come on,
Substance abuse.
He's done, man.
like, seriously.
Yeah. He's
You know
cooked,
what I'm saying? So substance abuse meaning the boy take drugs. You know what I'm saying? He drink too much. And somebody who drink too much and take drugs is capable of doing what, Ray? Read my mind, Ray. What is he capable of doing? If he's capable of drinking excessively like he is, and he's capable of taking drugs, what else is he capable of doing?
PEDs and
He
everything
can do
else.
that. He can do that. He can definitely do that. It's reasonable. He can do that.
I waited to see him on Candace Owens, you know? That's why I want to see him next. Candace Owens show.
Capable of.
'Cause that's where he's probably going next.
Bro.
Yeah.
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 That's like that.
Look, hold on. So he literally said he wants to resurrect George Floyd just to kill him again. Come on, bro.
Yeah. That's like the craziest thing, bro. I told you. He's beyond ignorant, bro. Like, this is just.
That narrative was pushed by Candace Owens originally,
Look,
but like he amplified it.
And let me just put it this way: there's a lot of people that don't agree or agrees with what happened to the officer in that case, or what happened to George Floyd. There's some people that everybody has an opinion, but there's a difference. Is it's still a life form. You know what I mean? It's still a life that was taken from somebody's family.
Bro, his daughter was there at his funeral, bro. She got like special needs. You know what I'm saying? She's hearing all this stuff. The family members are hearing this stuff. This is toxic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to remember that. Like, you're not just talking about him. You're talking about the people that love him. And bro, this is ultimate.
This puts pressure on Twitter.
Say what I want to say, dog.
This puts pressure on anybody who facilitates a space for him to deliver his message.
Right.
It puts out pressure amongst a lot of spaces to stand by idly and respect his free speech and allow him to implicate their platforms in his hate speech. Oh, let's not get it twisted. I know I haven't said it, but that's called hate speech,
which isn't free in America.
Okay, hate speech isn't. Boy, you fast, yo, right. Box, you fast. You see where I'm going with it. You taking that's what I was getting ready to say. That's a crime. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That gets desensitized. That gets covered. That gets pushed to the side and covered up, and people come knocking at your door and go, "Hey, bro, what's on your mind?" Hey, no, relax. Keep your hands where I can see him. Sit down. I just want to talk to you, man. You all right? You all right? You good? Mm-hmm. What's on your mind? You taking your meds? Well, it smell like a lot of alcohol in here, bro. Smell crazy in here, bro. What you been up to in here? When's the last time you washed your ass? Did you take a shower? Like, what, in 2-3 days? Yeah, you sure you don't want to get Bob? What do they call it? What do they call it when they put you in Baker? You sure you don't want to get Baker Act? You know what I'm saying? We don't need to put you up in a little room, keep you safe for yourself, and keep everybody around you. Say, what's going on? What's on your mind? You saying a lot of stuff, bro. Twitter's on fire, man. Your Twitter is lit. You got a lit Twitter, brother. Stop moving. Keep your hands where I can see them, please. I'm trying to, for both of us, just please keep your hands out here in front of you. I appreciate you, but keep speaking. What's on your mind? You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff that's going on right now. People sleeping on this, man. I know we doing too much. I know we clickbaiting. We clickbaiting because we finally speaking on a topic that you guys have been speaking on for 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Right.
2.5 months. We were talking about Shakur Stevens' card yesterday. The day before that, we was talking about Jesse Rodriguez and Juan Estrada fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was talking about Anthony Dubois fighting against. I mean, excuse me, Danny Dubois fighting against Anthony Joshua. Yes, that's what we was talking about. We've been talking about boxing. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't been interested. Shout out to the community, because the community been talking this boxing with us. We're not that deep, but we deep enough where we can hold a little conversation. But the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of new subscribers that have been attracting all these channels, this is what y'all been doing.
Yeah.
So I know we're doing too much now. You've been waiting for us to open our mouth about it, because now y'all gonna attack us. Yeah, there you go, cloud chasing. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. We're talking about it. And you're damn right we're talking about it. We're attacking and we're holding y'all accountable today. I'm interested in knowing what's going to happen tomorrow morning. I'm off. I'm not going to go there. Can't wait for the show, though. I can't wait for the show. I can't wait for the show.
And it's not only Ryan. Like, everybody who does this behavior can get the smoke too. You know what I mean? Ryan is just dumb enough to do this shit. Because I don't know, man. And the thing is that I agree. This is my first time agreeing with Hacker, because Hacker, I troll him a lot. But he said something that like resonated in my head, and it's like this is hate speech. That's one. And two, the fact that in the article it says that we help multiple attempts to help him with mental health and substance abuse. Like, they try to help him like multiple times. Like, this is not the first time they try to help this dude, and he declined it. Like, man, nah, bro, he's done, bro. Ryan Garcia is like done for boxing, and I think it's on a fine sample for everybody who try to act stupid too. You know what I mean? Because I believe that the boxing can be the #1 sport again. That's my wish. That's what I want. That's what I want. But in order to do that, we need to stop stepping up. Like, we don't tolerate this behavior no more. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. He's made it very, very uncomfortable for his supporters, bro. Oh, yeah. And I challenge all the content creator participants, or whatever, the customers, or the whoever you want to call them. I mean, Candyland, the mindless. You know what I mean? I challenge you guys to ask your favorite content creator what's his opinion on this.
They're gonna switch the topic, you know. That's all. It's always been that, you know.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to hear a whole lot of.
Yeah,
we're going to hear a whole lot of tomorrow. We're going to hear a whole lot of Ryan needs help, man. You know how they
still beat Devin Haney.
We need to support him in getting some help, man. Y'all don't understand, man. This kid is definitely going through something right now, and I know you guys are going to take this opportunity right now to kick this man while he's down. You're going to take this opportunity right now, because that's what you guys are doing. But you guys if you guys can't recognize mental health issues, then I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. If you want to crucify this man for calling a bunch of black people niggas, then y'all don't know what mental health look like. And you should be ashamed of yourself. We got you, Ryan. Everybody need to write a letter right now to Ryan and say, Ryan, we got your back, man. Please get some help. Please, Ryan.
Free Ryan.
Please get some help, Ryan.
They're just gonna switch the narrative.
Hashtag Roger Rabbit voice. Please, Ryan. Please, Ryan, get some help. Because we love you and we see your suffering. We know how painful it must have been for you to say those words. They don't understand how much it hurt you more than it hurt them.
You love the kids, Ryan. You love the kids.
It hurt you way more than it hurt them. We know. When you said that, we know how much your heart bled for that. They don't know how much. They don't even care. We understand what you're going through, bro. You're screaming out, and we want to let you know we hear you. Ron, we want to let you know we heard the call for help, and we're here for you. I left my number in your Twitter, by the way, if you want to call me. You know, I've been holstering your tool all this time. It'd be nice to know that you recognize me for being one of your biggest tool holsters.
They're not gonna do that. That's too much credit. I'll tell you what they're gonna do. It's gonna be all about Devin. They're gonna switch it to Devin. They're gonna be like this. They're gonna be like, even though Ryan said racist thing, guess what? Bill Haney said racist sticks to Tank Davis.
Oh yeah.
What
about when Bill Haney called him what about when Bill Haney called him an ape?
He called him a monkey.
It gets worse than that.
He needed therapy then.
Suspend Bill Haney. Why we suspend Bill Haney?
I'm gonna tell you the exact direction it's gonna go. Bill Haney is texting children.
Jay Pitt said he set Ryan up. He was about to buy NBC.
Conspiracy theory.
They gave him the Bill Cosby treatment, bro. They set him up. He was about to buy NBC, bro. You ain't know?
Or they got tied to Victor Conti and Vada. So they're gonna be like,
hold on.
Is a friend of Victor Conti. You don't gotta do some wild shit.
Oh yeah, Victor Conti set him up. He didn't know he was about to buy boxing. Yo, salute to my brother. He comes up here every now and then. Happy 4th of July. He look like he's sipping on a sangria or something. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's crazy. You could have said fruit punch. You could have said cherry juice. You said sangria. That's what I'm sipping on right now. Happy 4th of July, man.
Water.
And you sipping it right on ice. Salute. That's the way you're doing it right.
I put ice and I put some frozen fruits inside, you know?
I thought that was cranberry, brother.
In your crib, bro. Where you supposed to be?
Yeah, because I actually was gonna step out tonight, but being that I'm planning on going to the beach tomorrow, I don't like hanging out late and drinking and stuff like that on the night before going to the beach because I want to wake up tomorrow early and be, have a lot of energy because I got an hour and 20-minute drive to where I got to go to the beach at. So I'm going to bed early tonight. So I'm just chopping it up with you guys, chilling indoors, man, staying out of trouble.
What area are you heading to?
Point Pleasant Beach. That's in the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that's up by me. But I'm saying you need to come north of that, bro. You need to come down to Long Branch, bro.
I've been to Long Branch before. I've been to Long Branch.
That's where I'm at, man. You just want that boardwalk, though. You want to be.
There's a lot of girls. I'm a single guy, bro. There be a lot of girls in that tiki bar over there by Martell's. And you already know, man.
I got you. Belmore.
I live in New York, bro. I don't even go to the beaches in New York at all. I go to the beaches, the Jersey Shore, simply. That's it.
You're gonna jump out of Jones Beach itching. Like, hold up, bro. This was weird.
I don't do New York beaches. But I want to touch up. I want to touch on the topic. Let me put my camera down because I'm sit down.
Please, definitely. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
First off, me personally, and I don't like to sound like I'm talking down on anybody, but I was never a fan of Ryan Garcia. So I sort of feel like Scarface in the movie when the guy got hung off the helicopter. And he said, "I never liked that guy." As long as so, with that being said, I never like how he carried himself, and everything that he's saying. Like, I mean, when I talk, I like talking boxing. I don't like talking bochinche, which is gossip. Now I'm hearing that he's talking some racial stuff. He's using the N-word in the not cool way. You know what I'm saying? With the ER. And then he's taking pictures with a black girl. Like, you're trying to prove that you're not racist. Like, you're all over the place. You're disrespecting women with Clarissa Shields, right? With the Devin Haney situation, he played himself with that. I'm not a Devin Haney fan, neither. Me personally, both of those guys are immature kids. Both of them. They're 20-something-year-old kids that carry themselves like teenagers. Ryan Garcia is continuously trolling people, and what bothers me is that me being a Christian, I'm not perfect neither, right? I try my best to be as good as I can. I'm not perfect, though. But when you blatantly disrespecting God, right after you saying praise Jesus, then you talking about SMD, I'm banging your wife out and all this stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, it feels like you being a mockery, which brings me to why I believe what Teofimo Lopez said, that Ryan Garcia is an industry plant. Because you got a lot of fake Christians in the industry as well, like a lot of, the pastors that preach about wealth, the Kanye West. I'm starting to put Ryan Garcia in that same boat, because if you're really against the Illuminati, and I don't want to get into politics, I don't want to, I don't want to get you flagged, but at the end of the day, when you make it to a certain level, it's because you cross a certain door. That's why certain people don't make it to that certain level, because they don't cross that door. They don't give up their manhood. They don't give up their soul. So Ryan Garcia is a disappointment of boxing. The way he carries himself is unprofessional. And I was actually rooting against him in the Devin Haney fight. And the reason why I rooted against him is when they had the face-off, he kept telling Devin Haney, "Where's your mother at? Where's your mother?" My mother passed away. And I know Devin Haney's grandmother passed away. So Ryan was saying that with the intentions, thinking it was Devin's mother that passed away. You don't talk about somebody's mother, period, alive or dead, or grandmother, Ryan has a mother that's sick right now, and I keep her in prayers. But it's not an excuse to carry yourself the way you've been carrying on, bro. He been carrying himself like this even before he even mentioned his mom being sick. You feel me? So it's just, I thought he was doing it to hype up the fight. He's continuously trolling and trolling and trolling. And mark my words, and I don't wish bad on the kid. When he loses, he's gonna be a huge meme, bro. He's acting out of character, out of pocket, completely out of pocket.
Yeah, and Low, man, he can't fall back on trolling. He just can't do that. He can't continue to fall back and be like, I was just trolling you guys to show you guys something and try to act like there was some purpose or some hidden, you know what I mean? Like I did this on purpose just because I don't really feel this way. I'm just trolling. He can't keep on doing that. That doesn't work after a while. After a while, it's like, nah, bro, ain't no more trolling happening. There's no more trolling happening. We're not feeding into that energy, bro. I was just trying to show you. I was just trying to show something and prove something and see how you fell for it. No, we ain't fall for nothing, bro.
He's talking about people's wives, bro. He talked about Cambosa's wife. He talked about Caleb Plant's wife. He talked about Ishe Smith's wife. I mean, I always wanted my favorite fighter, Teo, to get a hold of him and fight him. But I don't even want that fight because I know he's probably going to cheat and put something in the system,
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Garcia is bad for boxing right now. He's popular. He brings the TikTokers and all that. But to me, he's like the boxing version of Charleston White. Charleston White is an individual that 1 minute could talk positive things, sound like a black activist. The next moment, he could sound like the male version of Sexy Red. Trash. He's another one. He disrespects people's kids that's dead. Talked about Gilly the kid's son that died. He talked about my friend from Philly, Oskino, his son that died. Charleston White is like the black Ryan Garcia. They're both the same to me. Industry plants, bro. Industry plants, both of them in the same boat. You talking about saving the kids 1 minute, then you talking about screwing the next person's mom, and then you saying praising Jesus all in the same breath. Like, come on, bro. I seen fighters that are Christians that carry themselves with humbleness, like Andre Ward, like Manny Pacquiao, like the young kid Floyd Diaz. Those are humble guys that are real Christian fighters, man. Ryan Garcia, he carries himself like a very immature individual. Even his father's saying that himself. I ain't feeling Ryan at all right now. Period.
And Lo, to add to it, that you as a Christian, right? Because what I mean, I'm not a Christian. I'm gonna hold you. I'm a Muslim. Know what I'm saying? I'm Islam, but at the end of the day, as a Christian, what I'm saying, I could say as a Muslim, bro, if I would have somebody moving around, because ultimately him doing everything in the name of his faith sheds light and gives people perspective on the faith that he says
it gives a bad look.
There's people
it makes people not want to convert.
Yeah, it looks at people. It makes people look at Christianity like, oh, that's what Christianity is. Oh, so in Christianity, not only people won't convert, but the people who do convert are going to convert under the premise that moving like that is okay. You understand what I'm trying to say? They're going to come into it. I'm not perfect, just like Ryan. What are you talking about? You got to accept me. Ryan says, and he's the biggest Christian in the world.
Yeah, just like I said, once again, he's always doing it like in every religion, right? And I don't want to make the topic about religion, but in every religion we have people or faiths, I would say, people that carry themselves with diligence, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got people that carry themselves the complete opposite, just like with Christians. You got guys that carry themselves like Ryan Garcia, and then you got with Muslims, and I grew up in Philadelphia, Muslims out there shooting each other out there all day like nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's blasphemy in that religion as well. So, you got contradictory all over the place. But Ryan Garcia, he's doing it, to me, he's doing it blatantly. Like I said, he's doing it. He looks like he's doing it blatantly. It's disrespect. It's not a good look, man. And I have real Christian friends, and they're not feeling this guy's antics at all. He's not carrying himself well as a man, period. Altogether, you're 20-something years old. You're acting like a 16-year-old kid. This generation, bro. This generation is terrible. We live in a generation where people can just go on a comment section and say something to somebody that they would never say to that person in their face, just because they got a mouth, just because they got a keyboard. And Ryan Garcia is that kind of person. He'll tweet you to death. He'll troll you to death. And the same token, he get in the ring and knock your head off too. But he's a good talent. He's a hell of a fighter,
But Lo, you from Brooklyn, right? Or you from the Bronx?
No. I'm originally from North Philly, and I grew up in New York City, lived in Jersey. I'm a tri-state guy.
Okay, but,
but in New York, Manhattan.
Right, you in the same, you in that space where, Like, and I'm going to refer and bring it back to the way Zab Judah had to kind of address it, right? Like, Zab had to let it be known and hit him up like, yo, bro, I'm from a whole different era, bro. We don't play like that. Like, he let you know, like, you're getting real spicy with the way you talking, and the difference between me and everybody else that you talking to is I'm where you at. We gonna walk into each other. It's not, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between talking to somebody on the internet and believing in your heart you ain't never going to bump into them and statistically speaking, probably not bump into them, right? But it's another thing to speak to somebody who's like, yo, bro, we in the same space. You can't
Zab
just
is a born again Christian too.
Yeah.
That's a good example. Zab used to be wild. He was never like Ryan Garcia, but Zab, young kid from the inner city, hot-headed at the time, fast trigger temper. Zab Judah, since he found the Lord, he slowed down. Yes, we seen Zab had outbursts before, like at the press conference with Danny Garcia, because Angel pushed him to that level. But Zab has slowed down a lot. See, that's an example of a man that found his faith, and he's toned it down. He's been more humble since he found the Lord. And Ryan Garcia's not acting that way. Since he posted a video of him being baptized, he's been acting worse. I don't get it.
Because he was never genuine. It was never genuine from the beginning. It was all he used. Listen, bro, this dude used human trafficking as a marketing tactic to get people to watch his pay-per-view, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? The kind of low kind of person he is. He used. There's nothing sacred to this man. There's nothing sacred to him. There's no cost too high. There's no lines that can't be crossed. There's nothing safe. Your mother ain't safe. Jesus ain't safe. Religion ain't safe. Children being trafficked ain't safe. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is safe. And everybody and anybody can get it when it comes to him getting what he wants. He's a selfish human being. You can see it. It's even difficult, in my opinion, from the outside looking in. It's difficult for his own family to digest.
His father's not feeling it, man. His father's not approving it. His father stated that he needs help. And it's crazy that we're here talking about this, right? But there's so much of a topic to talk about in boxing.
100%.
100%. Because I want to touch on this. Teofimo is my favorite fighter, right?
No, I need you to talk on it. I wasn't going to let you leave
without letting you know. It's time for me to cut him up now too, right?
Yeah.
In a good way, because Teofimo is not no Ryan Garcia. Unlike other people, unlike other channels, I'm not a fanboy. I'm a supporter. I'm a fan. If I'm gonna critique my favorite fighter, just like if you're my friend and you do something out of pocket, I'm gonna wait till we're alone, and I'm gonna call you out on your nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You out of pocket. But Teofimo Lopez, I felt like he was in great shape. We can't take away the man's work ethic. The guy works out like a dog. He trains hard, but I'm starting to feel like I think he's training himself. I didn't see proper fundamentals in that fight. He could have made that fight a lot easier. He kept putting himself on the ropes too much rather than controlling the middle of the ring. Because first we seen him with the other two guys that ran, right? It looked like he couldn't cut the ring off. So he struggles with a guy that runs. And then if you apply too much pressure, he gives up too much ground. Like, what is it? When you're fighting somebody that's coming forward with a high guard, you're supposed to use the jab to the body. When he's coming forward aggressively, you're supposed to check hook off the ropes. You got to keep the boxing match in the center of the ring. He's spending too much time on the ropes. And I didn't like that. He was dropping his hands too much, walking backwards, sticking his face out. He made the fight a lot harder than it could have, even though he won every round. But still, he had no business getting touched up like that. And he spent too much time on them ropes. I'm hoping that he bounces back. Maybe his next fight, because he's due for a big win. Hopefully when he fights somebody better, because history shows that he performs to the level of his competition. But that's a dangerous game, because the more you continue to perform to the level of your competition, you're liable to eventually get beat by a guy that's not on your level.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm always confused about that, because is it really Teo, or maybe the guy actually trained just to be that good? Because we also have to give props to his opponent who was eating Teo's biggest shots.
The guy was
that brother threw about 10,000 punches that fight. Like, that guy was punching from round 1 to round 12, and he probably was still punching the next day. That kid was just kept on punching.
That guy let me tell you about that guy. He was, a lot of people tend to look down on somebody because of their record, People fail to realize the guy been fighting for years. He's a veteran. He's coming off a 9-fight winning streak, 7 by stoppage. The dude has Claggett. He has decent fundamentals. Keeps his hands up. He throws short, straight, sharp punches. Got a big chin. Lot of stamina. He's not a bum, you know. But yet, a fighter like Teofimo Lopez, based on what we've seen him do to guys like Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, Richard Comey, he was supposed to get this guy out of there, or if not get him out of there, he could have just won the fight without getting touched so much. Because you're not gonna knock everybody out, you know. But
I feel like his style works good for some people and doesn't work good for others. I think that's where it really falls down to. Like, if you're a mover, for instance, I think his style, he doesn't like fighting forward, or if you're just like a high intense pace puncher like a Claggett or a Kambosos, but he doesn't like that either. You know.
Well, Kambosos and Claggett are two different styles, you know, and I'm not saying this to stick up for Tio. Mm-hmm. I honestly and genuinely believe that he had all those health issues going into the Kambosos fight. Claggett is a style that throws a lot of punches. Kambosos doesn't fight anywhere like Steve Claggett at all. No way.
Yeah, they'll fight, but they're both like fast-paced fighters. So they don't fight. They don't have some same styles, but the pace is still fast for both of them.
Yeah,
you know.
Wait, let me tap in to ask Lo something, because this is his topic. This is his fighter. Like, honestly, if I ever want to know anything about Tio, or you know what I mean, he's the number one honest, knowledgeable Tio fan I know. That's
honest, not delusional. Some people wanted to fight fucking Mike Tyson, man. I was never with him fighting Bud Crawford. A lot of people were into that. My thing is that, and I'm not saying that, you know, boxing, anything could happen. That would be a great accomplishment, but why shoot for that when you have a division that's arguably the best division in boxing, where you can make a name off of?
Yeah,
100%. Let me ask you this, Tio, though. So, my number one question is Lo, let me ask you this about Tio. Number one question is Tio a special fighter still, or is he still a special fighter? Is he still one of the best boxers in the 140 pound? What did he move at all as far as his talent, the way you gauge his talent in the 140 pound weight class division based off that performance with Steve Claggett?
I still believe he's the best fighter at 140 pounds. Absolutely. I believe it's a tough division. And like I said, I believe that he performs to the level of his competition. Sometimes he could get lackadaisical with certain guys. So, you know, to beat Lomachenko the way he did it, he dominated and he won 9 rounds to 3. It was a tough fight. Don't get me wrong, it was. But scorecard-wise, it wasn't even close. Lomachenko won 3 of the last 5 rounds, and that was it. He blanked him. He literally nullified them. He set the blueprint on how to beat him. He showed that Loma don't like power. Loma's not good against counter punches with power, guys that go to the body. He exposed Loma in that fight. And right. Lomachenko's a special fighter. So Tio is a special fighter. But like I said, he got to fight. He has to handle the elite guys. I mean, the guys that are underneath him the same way he handles the elite guys. This is why I put Tank Davis above him, because Tank Davis is more consistent. If you're not on his level, he's getting you out of there. And if you're a top guy, he's going to take care of business.
Well, it's Tank fought the competition that Tio has? It doesn't look like it, right?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Here's my thing. As far as accolades, Tio fought guys with better accolades in terms of Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, who was an undisputed champion, and Richard Comey. Tio fought 3 active world champions, and he fought Loma when he was the top 3 pound for pound. But I will say that Tank does have wins that has aged well. And he's beating guys that were actually younger, because Loma was in his 30s. And not saying he was washed up, because Loma, if anything, that win aged well for Tio as well, because he's still wrecking shit right now. But Tank for guys like Pitbull Cruz, that fight I had to watch it earlier again today, and I scored it 7 rounds to 5. And Pitbull Cruz is a 60-40 fight with Tio in Tio's favor. He beat Ryan Garcia, who obliterated, mugged, and battered Devin Haney all over that ring. Austrian or no Austrian, Ryan Garcia would still beat Devin Haney regardless. And you got to give it to Tank. Tank has a deeper resume, and Tank has a good resume. I think Tio has a little bit of a better resume based on Lomachenko being the top 3 at the time. But Tank has a good resume.
And my last question for you, Lo, is I want your opinion on Teo's strategy. It seems like in his past couple of fights, it seems like he's not really approaching the fight with strategy. Like they're not watching video, they're not building strategy on how they're going to approach the fight, or they're either not building the strategy or they're not executing it well. Is there any changes that you feel need to happen to what's going on in the gym? And I'll be even more specific with it and not beat around the bush. Is Teofimo's father helping Teofimo at this point in his career?
In my opinion, I feel that I get the hunch that Teo might be training himself, and he might just have a strength and conditioning coach there to help him get in shape, and he's keeping his father around out of loyalty as a hype man. Because I know Teofimo's a student of the game. He's been doing some new things lately. Like when he fought Jermaine Ortiz, I saw a move that he did that was out of Willie Pep's book. It's called the V-step. And then he's been using the George Foreman cross block lately, right? So right. I think Teo's studying certain guys and implementing some of their moves into his style. But what he does need to do is bring in another guy, bring in a teacher. Don't get rid of the father because that's a touchy situation. Bring in someone else that can help him work on fundamentals, because the dude is talented. He just has to work on the fundamentals, and there's not that much. He's not as fundamentally flawed as Prince Nassim or Roy Jones, but Roy Jones had a great IQ. That's another thing right there. But Teo got to learn how to start using the jab more. His best performance for me was when he fought Comey. He was using the jab in different ways. You got to shout out to my boy Troy King. He always says you got to stick the jab, flick the jab, feint the jab, hook off the jab. He was doing all of that when he fought Richard Comey. And that's when he had Joey Gamach. I would like to see Joey Gamach come back into that team.
No doubt. Yo, shout out to Troy King for sure. I haven't seen him in a while, bro. Shout out to Troy.
That's very knowledgeable. Yeah.
Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. You guys still do something together? As far as
I haven't done no lives like that. We haven't done no content like lives together, but me and Troy talk on the phone almost every other day, at least twice a week.
Okay. Official,
I know
man.
Personally.
Send him my salutations when you next time you talk to him. Yo, shout out to Thomas Hill in the building. He's sitting there quiet, muted. We've been running around. He came in, left. What's good, Thomas Hill? You got anything to contribute to the conversation, or you just hanging and chilling?
Nah, I'm just listening. I got worried though, bro. It was tough for me to get back on.
No problem.
I had initially asked the question because I haven't heard what Ryan said, but just agreeing with a lot of stuff that I'm hearing. Some stuff I'm not too agreeable with, but I mean, I think that in all forms and fashions, though, we have people who are proclaiming to be something, but showing or exhibiting actions that belie their allegiance to whatever it is they affirm to or believe. I mean, and it rolls across the gamut of life, not just Christianity or Muslims or things like that. Because, unfortunately, people are in this world. And if they get immersed in this world, the things that cater to like popularity, success, acclaim, often go against some of the principles that hold you to a faith. And if you fall into it and you love that more than you love anything else, it'll take you and it'll spin you in there. I mean, unfortunately, with Ryan, that fight with Tank was a blessing and a curse at the same time, because it gave him a lot of money, a whole lot of money, and it brought him into a world that he probably never knew existed. And now you're looking at the backlash of things that, money can't cure. Like if he truly is touched with mental illness, it's starting to tailspin on him right now. And he needs help. No justifying what he's doing. Can't justify wrongdoing. There may be an underlying cause, but there's still no justification when it's all said and done. Right from wrong. Like you said, you don't invite people to your man parts. You don't talk about people's wives. You don't say things that you ought not say, especially when you don't usually say these things to these people or in their presence. So, like, he got a lot of stuff that he got to clean up. This year that he's not going to fight, not too big of a punishment, but he need to use it to get himself, to take inventory of himself and get himself cleaned out, clean out that inside of him that is hollow right now, and that's allowing him to tailspin and fall into drugs or alcohol or whatever it is. You're right about the fight. I believe that the fight is bad on both sides for both people because it wasn't the desired effect. I was rooting for Devin Haney. I wanted him to win. You know, unfortunately, I didn't think he would win because, as we've often talked, especially me, you, and Ray, there's some fundamental flaws that he possesses that, you know, against upper echelon folk, they're gonna take advantage of. Now, I know we have our own various criteria of who we define as upper echelon, but when you start stepping into a certain scale, people who can recognize things, they can recognize patterns, they can recognize ticks, they can recognize flaws, they can see it in real life quicker than most people can see it. They take advantage of it. So I didn't think he would win the fight. I don't believe that the Ostarine or whatever he took helped him in that fight. I think that, you know, lack of preparation more so than anything helped him in that fight. I don't think that Devin truly put the right onus on the fight or the proper respect on the fighter. When you get in that ring, it's real life, no matter how you look at it. So, yeah, you know, because there's some things in there, and like it wasn't what he got suspended for, but because there were some things in there, you definitely got to suspend him. Now, during the suspension, he needs to do what's necessary, and he needs to get people into his life that won't be yes men, that won't just smile and say, yeah, that's just him being him. Just get him to the help that he needs in order for him to start fully making a full recovery and being productive as a person in life, never mind a boxer. But as you stated, Zab approached him like a real G, like somebody who cared for. I care for you enough to let you know, man, the way you moving is foul, and there might be somebody who you think can't touch you or get to you and touch you. And these days, when they touch you, they put it on camera. So what way to get it to go viral than to do something bad to you? And we see this all over the place. So he needs to calm that ish down, all the way down. He needs to be held accountable for his actions, his words, and the way that he's been moving. So that's what I got to say about him, man. Right. What else were you guys talking about?
Oh, well, Theo.
Theo?
Devin versus Theo, I think that would be a great fight.
Yeah, so I was going to address something real quick. I really don't want to talk about this. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing it. So regardless of what we think happened in that ring with on April 20th, I was all in agreement of Devin just got his ass whipped, handed to him. But then once it came to the point of finding a PED in the system, I don't know if the ass whipping was justified. I don't care how you say it, look at it, or whatever the case may be. PEDs are there for what they're made for. Performance enhancement. That's like saying, I got a gun and that's not meant to kill things. That's what it's meant to do. It ain't meant to stop you from shooting you in the leg. No, it's meant to put a hole in your chest and tell you, I told you, leave me the hell alone. And you ain't want to listen. Same thing with PEDs. They are meant to enhance your performance and your advantage and give you advantages against other opponents. Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, do we know what he looks like without the PEDs? I don't want to hear like the excuses of, well, it was only 6 nanograms, that doesn't do anything. It was in the system. The man was using IVs. I mean, these are all things that are factual and shows that the smoke and mirrors that we believe that they were. So I'm not saying it was one way or the other. Please, I'm just saying that we don't know what the results would have been different if they would have been different if the PEDs weren't in the system or not used.
Exactly, I agree 100%. Like we can't speculate either way. You know, like people always try to make the argument of like, oh, it was too small, this and that. I've heard like people who claim to be like foreign bodybuilders. I'm like, if you guys felt that it's too small, your argument isn't with Devin and Ryan. Your argument should be with like Vada and with like WADA. Tell them it's too small, then it should be legal. You know, at the end of the day, PEDs are performance enhancement. Whether it helped or not, we will never know. But the asterisk is there. That's something we cannot deny. Like, it is there. Like, did it help him? It possibly could have, because that's what it's supposed to do.
Right.
You know, so that's.
I think. Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, you good,
Um,
good.
This
I
background
I, th-
noise.
I think that Calvin Ford, if I'm not mistaken, when Tank was fighting Ryan, he said, "Yeah, we heard something about that camp that he looks like." Calvin Ford was telling us prior to Ryan fighting Devin that he heard some things about Ryan using PEDs. So this is not the first time that people are accusing him of being like, you know what I mean, like strong and stuff. Like people have. I'm not even go further. I think the reason like the rehydration clause happened was because they needed to be safe that he wasn't using PEDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're not gonna risk Tech fighting a guy who's in PED. They're not doing that. You know what I mean? So they took the necessary necessary precautions, and that's what the fight was. You know?
You know,
Yeah.
and
Shouts out
you
to
made a
Tank.
good.
And that's one thing they do. They definitely like very sharp on seeing every part of their opponent. That's something I'll say they do better than Devin's team. Devin seems to make a lot of what's the word? Like he allows things to happen because he feels like he's going to win. Like for instance, the Cambosis contract was a little bit crazy, but he took the chance. And I think he's just that kind of brother who's like, I'm a fighter. I'm always going to take the chance. But Tank's team is more like, bro, we're not taking no chances. Like we're gonna figure out everything that's happening at all times. And that's to their advantage, and maybe perhaps to Devin's detriment at that point.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
based
kind of
on
the opposite
based
way
on
a
how
little bit.
everything went.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
go
I
No,
ahead.
just
my
think
bad.
I
Go
think
ahead.
like it's more like Tank is the one who's willing to take some chances, and Devin's the one who, you know what I'm saying, outside of his last performance. You know what I'm saying? Who don't take
Based
I
on the
chances.
way, based on the
I
way
think if
both guys.
Devin had no, my bad, bro. So go ahead.
No, based on the way both of those fighters conducted themselves afterwards with everything, I believe everything. With Ryan Garcia, the way he's conducting himself, the way he's not taking accountability, the way he's acting like a mockery, and he really don't give a f. I believe that whatever he took it on purpose, right? I believe that, and you can tell by his attitude. And with Devin on his case, the way that he's going overboard, and I'm not talking about as far as trying to get legal action, but as far as going overboard and trying to get the film removed and all this stuff, I also believe that Devin Haney had his loss removed in Mexico also. So
no.
both
So
both
neither of
guys,
those things actually happened though. So like Ryan started the whole conversation of like saying that Devin did. Devin said he didn't do it. And like so, yeah, Devin said he didn't do it. And to be honest, like I said, we don't know who's telling the truth, but if we're just following inductive reasoning, you have to believe Devin over Ryan because Ryan's also said a lot of crazy things.
no,
Like
but Ryan wasn't the one that made the accusation about Devin removing the loss in Mexico. I
That's really
believe
weak.
that Devin did that as well, being that he went so far as to try to get the fight removed from the zone and trying to get it removed from YouTube and stuff like that. So
Right.
because of that, I'm like, yeah, they did it.
wait,
Him
but
and Bill Haney flexed their muscle.
he did. So he
I
didn't do
definitely
that
believe
for
that.
the zone. That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that's fair. I think that's
So
fair, but based off of the way based on what's being said, because I haven't heard Devin say it, and I don't know if I've heard Bill say that they're trying to um get it.
Devin
I mean,
denied it on Twitter. He
right.
publicly said that this is just something they're trying to say that he did, but he didn't do it.
No,
And
wait. Based on the idea that how they work to get the what were you saying, Lo? That they try to
I
get the
said,
win way
well,
or they
first they were so hell bent on getting the loss removed from the record, right?
okay.
And then I heard that he tried to get the footage removed from the zone. He tried to get it to remove from YouTube. And then the way he went about it after he got the result that he wanted, he went on like a kid on social media dancing. It shows a lot of immaturity with them. The same way they carried on when Tio lost. They were jumping around. When Shakur had that bad performance, he was trolling Shakur saying, well, when I fight you, I'm only going to offer you 10% now. And now everybody's with this pity party for Devin Haney. In boxing in this generation, when you lose, what any other fighter that you might have a rivalry with, expect for them to troll you now, because this is the generation we live in.
okay.
When all these guys, when Ryan lost, Devin Haney called him a quitter. When Tio lost, he was jumping around. When Shakur had that performance, he was having a party, right? So now when he loses, everybody's attacking him, and everybody's Devin Haney, that's wrong. Everybody's ganging up on him. The only two guys that did not kick Devin Haney while he was down are two of his rivals, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, two professionals. They didn't kick him when he was down like Javante did. And Javante had the right to do that anyway because Devin was going at him. So everything that's going on with Devin, he also brought it upon himself as far as I'm not talking about him getting cheated because nobody deserves to be in the ring with somebody taking PED. But as far as the backlash, he did it to himself, the way he carries himself.
So
things that he says.
Here's something about that though. So let's start with the T.O. situation about him celebrating about T.O. So the main reason why Devin, if everybody can remember, the main reason why Devin celebrated Kambosos win over T.O. is because during that presser for Kambosos, T.O. said if he wins, he was going to freeze Devin out, and he was just going to drop the belts and go to 140. That was T.O.'s objective. Because remember, it was supposed to be he was supposed to try to negotiate with Devin so they can have like an undisputed match. But he said he's going to fight his mandatory in Kambosos. Top ranks, Bob Arum didn't like the fight, but T.O. was like, I'm not going to give him a chance. I'm going to drop the belts, and then I'm going to move to 140. So the actual reason why he celebrated was because he knew if Kambosos would win, Kambosos would accept the challenge. And remember, immediately Kambosos won, Devin tried to persuade him to fight him. He even made a comment about fighting him in Mars or whatever. And everything that Kambosos wanted as far as the contract, he made the fight happen with him, And so that's one thing. So I'm hearing that narrative that he celebrated T.O.'s loss to Kambosos. It wasn't that. If T.O. would have won, he would have fought T.O. He wanted to fight T.O.
Yeah. All due respect, don't take it the wrong way. You're a Devin fan, right? I can tell.
Yeah, I'm a Devin fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then let me tell you right now. See, there's two sides to that. When Bob Arum was supposed to have that, when Devin Haney and his team was supposed to have that meeting with Bob Arum, they refused to have anything to do with that, right? They was on that boss talk, that meeting when they were trying to negotiate with Bob Arum. Bob Arum wanted to sit down with them and they refused to, right? When T.O. was the champion, right? Because they didn't want to feel like they were going to be part of a contract. But then as soon as Teofimo loses, 135. Okay. And I'm gonna give you more times when Devin Haney avoided Teofimo. Okay. And then as soon as Kambosos becomes the champion, Devin Haney runs over to the top rank, right? And then this came out of Devin Haney's mouth himself when he was on the Boxing Voice. When the fight broke apart, when the negotiations first fell apart between him and Regis Prograis, and T.O. was still in top rank, was looking for a dance partner for T.O. for February because they were trying to get the spear in Las Vegas, Nevada. Teofimo Lopez hit Devin Haney up himself and texted him, yo, let's try to make this fight. I got the MSG spear. And Devin Haney went on this cocky young teenager talk. Oh, I'm a boss. You got a boss. Talk to your boss. And then the second time after that, Teofimo pulled up on him in the gym trying to get a fight out of him. And then Devin Haney was telling the Boxing Voice, oh, T.O. was drunk. T.O.'s not known for being drunk. That's Ryan Garcia. So it's like, I don't really buy into everything they say as far as him ducking him. You know what I'm saying? Because he tried to make those fights with Devin Haney more than once. So
I don't believe a lot of that. I think that there's some truth to what you're saying, but I think it's also like you said,
like a half truth. Yeah.
Like you're saying you're a fan of T.O. There is some bias understanding that you have from that side of the ring. I'm not saying that none of that really happened, but we actually on this channel debunked that whole conversation with paperwork and another T.O. fan that came up and tried the same argument. I'm not. Yes, he did admit that T.O. was drunk, and he didn't say he rolled up on him in the ring. He said he was calling my phone.
He also said that he went to the gym. In that same interview, he said that T.O. went to the gym.
He said he was at home and he was calling his phone drunk.
Yeah, he was texting his phone. Yeah.
And he said he kept texting me. He was like, "What are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about?" Then he also stated that when they did meet at the gym, he was like asking for $20 million, and he was like, "Get the hell out of here." So that's another point that we have to look at. T.O. did say that, yeah, I did want the money because I'm worth the fight. So there was 2 admissions for T.O. There was 1 admission for Devin. I'm not going to be on the side of Devin or T.O. on this. I'm just going to say that fight didn't happen, and we're crossing situations. when you go unnecessariness. When we talk about who really didn't want to fight who, the fingers point to Teo of moving and navigating around. It's documented. It's on Salute the Champ side. He has it documented on his channel. There's other things, other media outlets that we pulled up that Teo and his father actually stated. There's videos that are on Hype TV. Shout out to them. That was pulled up. And there's also evidence of him taking a Kambosos fight when he could have took a unification fight, but he screamed that that's my mandatory. That's my mandatory. I'm going to take my mandatory. And then he claimed that he was undisputed because he took the belt from Loma, which he didn't even have. I think they didn't even reward him the franchise title belt when he made the fight with
Lomachenko.
Kambosos at that point, because he made that fight right away. That was already booked. So as far as there being fights in between and negotiations in between, I don't believe so. Bob Arum also said and is quoted stating that Devin signed to the wrong promotional company. That's the reason why he's where he is, and they're going to freeze him out as Teo. So there's a lot of things going back and forth that we're leaving out. They're leaving.
There's a lot of things because there's more things also on the other side as well. You know when Teo had that little fake retirement, right? When he had that fake retirement, and he had a deadline to make a choice if he was going to vacate or not. And then that's when Devin Haney was working on possibly getting a fight with what's the guy's name, Barbosa, for the vacant, if the belt would have been vacant. And then as soon as Teofimo came out of nowhere and said, no, we ain't doing that. You want that belt? I'm coming out of retirement. You're going to have to fight me for that belt. Then after that, he ended up going the Regis Progress route instead of fighting Teofimo.
Again,
I feel you, but so here's the thing about that, right?
We discussed this. That didn't happen. Shout out to Clay Moraine who put it on the screen that day when I actually pulled up all the evidence of that incident, and someone released some paperwork that was never inclusive into that information that stated any of that information. Only thing that happened with that was, again, there was a large amount of money that Teo was asking for when that happened, and
that was his father actually.
No, it was during the same time frame. And he had the deadline. He had to make that fight. He was already in negotiations with Regis Prograde. He was in negotiations with the WBO to fight Barbosa. And what happened was he had to make a decision. They gave him a deadline. He chose Regis Prograde because Regis was the one who said, you know what? I like this fight, and that's where his money's going to be. Also, not to mention that Devin was not with Bob Arum because they were in negotiations with Bob Arum. Teo was asking for a lot of money, and Bob Arum wasn't even trying to pay Teofimo that type of money. That's where he got off getting upset, saying that keep all the black fighters, y'all need to pay me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's where that came from during that same time frame. Also, not to mention, like I said, what's the name just went over to Regis had just went over to the zone. I'm sorry, Matchroom, and Devin followed it right after that. There's like I said, there's a lot of things that was released, but when it comes to the facts, though, and I get it. You're like I said, you're the fan of Teo. You're going to defend your guy. I'm not saying all these things are relevant in Devin's case either. You know, he could have still took the fight, whatever, but they didn't want to pay $20 million for the fight. What would Devin have gotten if they gave him $20 million? That's his ass, or $10 million.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but and just to correct something. The time when Teo made the statement about the black fighters, that was during the build up for the Josh Taylor fight. It was during that time when they said the black fighters remark. It was during that time because I remember that's when they had that sit down with him and the infamous sit down on ESPN with him and his father.
Okay. All right,
and
got some breaking news here.
Breaking.
Breaking news. So Ryan Garcia's family has just put out a statement officially. This is about 4 minutes ago. Shout out to Rachel Donnell with the plug again. Salute, sis.
I sent that first, Rachel.
Listen, it goes statements from Ryan Garcia's parents after his disgraceful tweets today. Our family unequivocally does not support any statements he has made regarding race or religions. Statements that do not align with his or our. No, hold on a second. First of all, his is shout out to them for trying. Shout out for them trying to represent for their child and not trying to throw Ryan into the. But stop speaking for that grown man. You don't speak for him. He already done spoke for himself. He's already done that. Speak for yourself. But anyway, I'll read it anyway. But I just want to highlight that red herring bullshit that statements do not align with his. It aligns with his. He's already made it clear how he feels. Or our family's true character or beliefs. Our family unequivocally does not support any statements he's made regarding race or religion, even though your husband or Ryan's father did, call out the nappy-headed motherfucker Bill. But that, we won't hang our head on that too long. These do not reflect who Ryan truly is and how he was raised. It reflects who he is. How he was raised, that's up for discussion. You know what I mean? Usually the fruit don't fall too far from the tree, but we'll try to be unbiased about the way we're processing this. Truly is raised. Those who know Ryan can attest to this fact. Okay. Ryan has been open about his ongoing struggle with mental health over the years, and as a family, we are committed to ensuring and encouraging that he receives the necessary help to navigate this very challenging time and address both his immediate and long-term well-being. We appreciate the continued support. Yeah.
There's the mental health.
There's the mental health and us supporting him and us, not holding him accountable. And
right.
You know what I'm saying? And Ryan, yeah, bro. How do y'all feel about that statement?
I mean, they put barriers back, so I can't respect it. Like he's been wilding out for a minute, and the father flip flops to like defending his actions to like, I don't think my son's doing right. No, if you feel like your son's off the deep end, you need to like speak on it. I don't know. I feel my thing is like always keep the same energy. And that goes for content creators before Ryan. That goes for his family who was like defending him for his actions, just keep the same energy. Just it is what it is. You put a battery in the back of a monster. That's all.
It gets worse and worse. I'm sorry, Ray. Go ahead. No.
That's what I was gonna say. Whoever else has an opinion, please, on the statement just made that's been dropped by the family.
What's funny to me is that their family did that for him. He didn't do it. Like he didn't came out or nothing. That's right. One. And two is the apple not fall from the tree. That's true, because if you really go around, you go by it. I always think that the issue that Ryan is like this is because somehow in his family they are like that too. You know what I mean? Because no kid naturally is gonna be like racist. You know what I mean? Like nobody's born racist. Like those are things that people like. How can I try to explain? Those are things that people pick.
Yeah, influences.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That reflects their environment. Pretty much what you're saying.
Exactly. So it's like nobody's born racist. You know what I mean? That's something that the environment that he grew up on.
RC for the $5 holler, man, supporting the channel, man. We appreciate you, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's something that in here, the environment that he was raised in, put that in him. You know what I mean? I always think that we are the product of our environment. Correct. So the way I behave is, when I was raised, my parents, they teach me anything like that. So for the parents to do this, yeah, that's cute and whatever, but bro, nah, this is a joke right now, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly,
right.
Honestly, man, I mean, let's just reassess everything. You know what's coming up on Saturday?
Shakur and
a very good card.
Get it?
A very good card. You know what just happened last week?
A
bunch of cards.
One of the best fights of the year, if not the best fight.
Exactly.
2 boxing cards, potentially the fight of the year with Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada.
You know what happened 2 months ago?
Let's see here.
Devin
Haney
and Ryan. But we still talking about these, Mickey.
Were they April?
We really talking about Ryan.
Good build up.
I get you though. I get you.
Good build up.
I like it. I like build up. That's it. You're right though.
Devin is the face of boxing.
He's talking heavy on some things that I don't agree with. He just said something that was absolutely true. This is nothing but PR. I'm on punishment. I'm on suspension, but we still gonna talk about me.
Right.
Yo, fellas, have a good night, man. I gotta sign off right now. Pleasure.
Absolutely, no.
Pleasure
Thank you,
chopping
bro.
it
Holidays,
up.
brother.
Y'all have a great weekend, man. God bless y'all.
God bless you
All right,
too.
man. Hey, I might see you around, bro.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
All right. Yeah, you 100%. That's we talk about that all day, every day. That same time. You know that, Thomas. We talk about that all the time. Is
yeah.
it a distraction of the world? And like I said,
And that's the way everything in this society, in this economy,
smoking
gets on. So that's all they're doing is just keeping it in circle jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Circle jerk. So either you're gonna fall for it or fall against it. But one way or another, when he get back in the ring, you gonna want to see him get his tail whooped, or you want to see him overcome. So it's nothing but PR. Dare I say it's all orchestrated and coordinated? Is he look off his rocker? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I think I said something in private with Clay of who I think was pulling the strings. It's crazy. Clay doesn't agree with me, but I was like, yo, it's just crazy how all this is starting to add up, and it started with one guy getting involved. And then you see the tear down of another fighter and another part, the tear down of this fighter. Anybody that it's kind of crazy. Clay said, it could be, but we have to see. And I was like, you're right. Only the future is going to tell us that. So
I think you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I do see a lot of somebody behind the scenes pulling strings and being manipulative, causing these reactions, telling them to stay positive. Guess who else did? Guess who they look like they're taking a page out of the book from? If you guys don't mind me asking.
Who? You mean Ryan?
Yeah, who you think Ryan's taking a page out of the book from? It's
another content career that everybody knows.
No. Boxer.
You saying
it's a boxer that did this before? I don't remember.
The craziness, the antics, the just the outbursts, to the public, making disdained points, having the fans still support him, still being the baddest man in the world.
Mike Tyson?
Exactly.
I was gonna say Oscar, but never mind.
No, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson didn't go this far. Mike Tyson didn't go this far because we live in a different era. We didn't have social media and all these things back then. But what Mike Tyson was saying was very lucrative, and eating people's kids and
at least he was fighting the person he was talking about,
right? But it's crazy, right? So people were disgusted with him, biting Holyfield's ear, like all those things. People felt disgusted with him, beating up apparently Robin Givens. They were happy he lost to what's the name? They wanted him to lose to Keller. Right, Buster Douglas. They wanted him to lose to Keller. They wanted him to lose to or is it Kelly, whatever his name was. When he fought Lennox Lewis, it was like, we want to see him in the ring, but then Mike went through a suspension. Mike went to prison for we don't know if it was he was accused of rape of sorts, and all these things created this atmosphere where he needed help. And Don King was screaming, he needs help. He attacked me, this and that. So think of all these things that were happening at the same time in Mike Tyson's career. Mike Tyson then grew out of that and said that he had some struggles in mental health as he's now matured and talks to us as a content creator himself, and saying some of the things that's happening. Ryan looks like he's taking a page out of this, and I think he's being orchestrated. I'm not going to say who I think the culprit is. I did talk to Clay about this privately. But it's just so weird that these antics are being, because of social media, they're being exploited from his point to the world. And the world is looking at him like, yo, I agree with him. I support him. Oh, he needs help. This is that, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the other people that are realists like, yo, this guy is really insane. This guy really is doing this stuff. And he's clout chasing. And he's trying to get all this energy for what? For what? Like, you're really disdaining yourself and you're putting this out there. And then the family comes back with that weak ass PR report from his lawyer that probably didn't even think about writing it. They just put it together so quickly and agreed to put it out. Bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Right quick also as well, you know what I'm saying? Not to segue out of this because look, I read it and everything like that, but I ain't going front, man. I don't know how much energy I got left for this Ryan Garcia topic.
I don't either.
I've addressed it as much as I can. I am a little exhausted of it, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you guys heard the rumor. I'm segueing clean out of this, by the way, so it's not going to have nothing to do with this. It's not going to be pretty like Thomas Hill, because Thomas Hill.
We're gonna bring it right back, buddy.
On that Thomas Hill, I got to work on that. Right, that was a good one right there. I was sitting here the whole time.
You good?
Right off the guard, I was like, "Oh, you know who fought 2 months ago?" I had to look up. You saw me look up. Anyway, I got all confused and looked up to Ryan and Devin. Anyway, what's up with Canelo and what's the boy with the old boys? What's his name? No, bro, they're talking about putting Canelo versus
Crawford.
Eubanks.
Chris Eubanks, bro. He's saying that's in negotiation right now.
Oh, could be.
Yeah, that sucks.
But that's.
I think him and Jamal is a good Jamal. Sorry, it's a good fight.
Are you related to Frequent Flyer?
You and Frequent Flyer, bro.
No.
God, bro. Boo.
I'm sorry.
But Eubanks, bro. Eubanks. Yo, Canelo will destroy Eubanks. You know that.
He's gonna destroy Charlo too. The unstable.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy Charlo. I would like to see him fight Benavidez or Crawford. I mean, he's on his last fights. You know, I just want. He's not really.
He's not fighting Benavidez. He's not fighting Benavidez.
I don't feel him if he doesn't fight him. I actually feel him because Benavidez has too many.
When it's time, I think I said this multiple times. When it's time, when he's ready to pass the torch, he'll fight Benavidez. Win or lose, he'll pass the torch to him. At that point in time.
That's some nasty work, buddy. That's a nasty torch to pass.
They said that fight is in negotiation.
Yeah, I had found something yesterday. I sent to Clay that said that they're already talking about it.
Like it's actually a front runner out of all the fights that can be made. That's the front runner fight right now. I think that's real interesting. I wanted to Boxing After Dark ask a good question way early in the chat when we were just so deep in the conversation. I didn't get it. That's a great question. I didn't want to cut nobody off. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting so deep in the conversation. And I love these panels, man. I appreciate you guys being up here and speaking your mind and, being so educated with your thought and also being very respectful. I love that about my panels. The panels that come up here, I love the respect, man. I love it. Y'all make me proud. It makes me feel like, we're really doing something out here when you guys carry it that way.
Yo, Clay, before you go back to what he asked, man, can I say this one thing?
Yes, sir.
It will be quick. I agree with what Ray said regarding that T.O. Devin situation, man. I don't think that T.O. really wanted to fight him. But also, I believe the biggest culprit in it was Bob Arum. I think he's been the biggest culprit in a lot of fights not being made, especially when it's not in the same promotional company. So if he's not on your roster, you're not getting that fight. And it was clear that T.O. tried to go around Devin. He didn't really want to fight him. You could tell by his energy, man. But I mean, my man also said that he won 9 rounds against Loma. And I can't see that. Like I literally cannot see.
He did good at knock him out towards the end.
So, and then also this. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say, man. I forgot what you could go on and talk about because that was a great question.
Talking about the last fight that he said he won every round.
Yeah, no. That just took me off because I was gonna say something else accompanying with that, but it had nothing to do with Devin and T.O. It was just something else, but I forgot because like the 9-3, the 9-3, the 7-5, them. I was like, I don't know what my man watching, but hey,
he's a fan.
Did it have to do with Loma, OG?
He's a fan.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, Lowe's a supporter of Teofimo and a supporter, Yeah, Lowe is a very, very knowledgeable. But one thing I've learned with certain people, and I'm gonna keep it 100, right? Even with with my co-host Ray, you know what I'm saying? I know when it gets into certain conversations that it's gonna lean. It's gonna lean a little bit. He's a very unbiased person. He's very knowledgeable in the sport, but when it comes to certain topics, he's gonna lean. He's gonna get that lean where I'm gonna acknowledge the lean and I'm not gonna push because I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, Clay. I know we didn't had some verbal sparring sessions too. Like I was telling him about Dev bad habits and he didn't want to hear that ish.
Listen,
I'm the same way, buddy.
Like, I hear you, Ray. I hear you, bro. I see. All right, bro. Let's talk about somebody you don't care about so we can get that accurate Ray Davis that we're used to, that we know.
That unbiased. That unbiased.
I want to be a boxing hacker. Come on, bring it up. Boxing hacker got that knowledge.
Like I know if Hood Rich comes up here, it's gonna be a lean. It's gonna be
is Hood Rich is that him?
Nah, where is he? Is he here? Nah, but no. No.
That dude be having me dying.
The inevitable D Block.
That's
okay,
D-Block.
Yeah,
D-Block gonna lean. He gonna lean to his Ryan. He gonna lean to his T.O. He gonna lean into his Latino fighters. You know what I mean? Everybody has like a thing about them, but for the most part, like somebody like Low Nose, bringing it full circle, he's very knowledgeable. Like when he's talking about boxing, he gets very knowledgeable. You know, we're talking about his favorite boxer. He's gonna
it's gonna lean a little bit. I got you.
It's just going to, bro.
It's gonna lean. Okay, I got you.
You just hear it
because of the 3 common opponents, man. I thought Ortiz did the best against Steve Dogg. That's just me.
Right, you know what I'm saying? He gonna say he was running the whole time, and you know what I'm saying, and it's all good. It's all good, bro. We love you, Lo. We know you mean well, bro. But just getting back to boxing.
Yeah.
He asked. Let me put it up here, and because I want everybody to give one, because we're about to close it up soon anyway. I want to go watch the new Beverly Hills Cop. You know what I mean? Big Eddie Murphy fan.
They dropped it today?
I think it dropped like 2 days ago, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm planning on watching it today. You know what I'm saying?
I love Eddie Murphy, bro.
They remade Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. And everything. You know what I'm saying? For the young folks in the building who don't know the significance of it, that was one of my shits, man. Eddie Murphy is the pioneer for these black cops. For your bad boys.
Shout out Boxing After Dark too. That was a fire question.
Exactly, bro. I wanted to get at it, bro. So he said, "Yo, Clay, I got a question for you. Can you do your best ever fighter based on these 5 categories, any weight, any era?" He wants to know. By the way, I think it's 6 categories you put in there, but you know what I mean? You got power, speed, fight. Oh no, it is 3. It's 5. Power, speed, fight IQ, chin, defense. He wants to know my best ever, and I had to think about it. I'm kind of glad you guys were like kind of doing your thing because it gave me an opportunity to think about it. And you know, I got to do it based off of. I'm not a big historian per se in boxing. I'm not like big on fights that I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on fights that I didn't see. So, but I've seen a lot of fights going all the way back. You know, I've seen a lot of fights. So I gotta say, man, that's a real good question, because when you put it all together, it's like you got these fighters that you like, they check certain boxes, but then they don't check these boxes. And it's kind of hard, like who's the best ever? And it's almost like asking who's the greatest fighter of all time. But the greatest fighter of all time, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily check every single one of these boxes. Now, the best fighter that checks all these boxes, man, I've narrowed it down to 3 fighters for myself. You know what I mean? There's 3 fighters, and I ain't gonna lie, like Mike Tyson is definitely in there for me. I know people don't like to use Mike. They like to think Mike threw his career, he threw his career away and didn't really reach his actual full potential. But man, when I think about power, Mike. When I think about speed, Mike. When I think about fight IQ, I think people sleep a lot on Mike Tyson's fight IQ. I've also seen Mike Tyson get hit crazy. You know what I'm saying? And take a lot of shots and not get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And defense-wise, man, I don't know, man. Them 2 hands up, the way he moved that head and kept that head off the line, man, it was kind of hard to get Mike, and Mike was short. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, James Toney checked some boxes for me as well.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? James Toney had power. Yeah. He had honest speed. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the super fastest, but he had honest speed. His fight IQ was just there. James Toney has one of the best IQs I've ever seen inside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you put him in the same conversation like a Pernell Whitaker or any of them on any given Sunday. I think James Toney can show a lot of fight IQ. Great chin. I've seen him get socked. You know what I'm saying? And take a lot of work. And I think the defense was great. Some people might say he perfected the Philly role or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? That he perfected it. And then, of course, I'm going to go back to the greatest of all time, what they call the greatest of all time, man. Man, Muhammad Ali, bro. Muhammad Ali, look at him shaking his head. Muhammad Ali had honest power. Ray shaking his head. Honest, Muhammad Ali had honest power, in my opinion. Clearly had speed. Fight IQ was there. Great chin when you look at what he did with the Rumble in the Jungle. I mean, that man had a great
man with Frazier.
Yeah,
and you know how hard Frazier hit him?
Crazy. Crazy, bro. And then defense, man. I mean, floating like a butterfly. You know what I mean? That captures it. So I've narrowed it down to those three. If I have to give it to somebody, bro, I'm gonna give it to Brooklyn, man. I'm gonna shout out to Brooklyn. I'm gonna give it to Mike.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
Now you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Look.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. From all those things all those boxes you got to check, only one guy comes to mind. It's not that none of the guys that you picked were great, but he's talking about checking every single one of those boxes. The only guy that comes to mind is Sugar Ray Leonard.
Ray Leonard?
He checked all those boxes. He checked all those boxes. He was defensive. He can hit hard as hell. He has speed, and he can fight. Which one? His whole era was after Ali, and he was the dime of that era, bro. He only lost 3 fights, and 2 of them were late in his career when he should have retired and called it quits. One of them was Duran, which he slept on the guy that came up in weight, and he revenged that fight, and not only revenged it, beat his ass another time. He beat Tommy Hearns. Okay, the second fight with Tommy Hearns was a draw, but it is what it is.
Nah, he lost that fight, bro.
I don't care. Hey, I'm looking at the books, bro. I'm looking at the books.
I know you're looking at the books, but you know he lost that fight.
Listen, but the record says different, so we're going to go with the records. Then we're looking at Hagler. That was a performance out of a lifetime. That guy moved into the ring with Hagler and showed some type of because when I look back at that fight, I thought it was a really close fight. So Sugar Ray dominated that fight. He kept his distance. Hagler didn't know what was coming. He hit him with some good pop shots. Now, Hagler had a great chin. Don't get it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, Hagler had a chin because Sugar Ray was hitting him with some great shots. Hagler just couldn't move with the speed. But Sugar Ray did what he had to do. Then he let Hagler get, you know what I mean? He went in the ropes with that high guard. Hagler was trying to go to work on him. Did nothing. Sugar Ray sit there, he shimmied, and then came back and started popping him again. Bro, if we're going to talk about the greatest fighter of an era that had all those accolades, I'm going with Sugar Ray Leonard.
And
I was thinking Hagler too.
Let me go real quick. Okay, check this out, guys. I'm gonna give you. I gotta go get yours too, buddy. I'm gonna give you the true one that checks off all the boxes that nobody wants to call his name, and that's the brother of our era, Floyd Money Mayweather. It may sound cliche, and I love Sugar Ray, both Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Ray Robinson. I love them both. I love Mike Tyson. But when it comes to all those criteria, power, speed, fight IQ, chin, Floyd Mayweather was the one that fought the most champions. He always showed power. He always had speed. His IQ was second to none. Second to none. Like, even when you look at someone he fought, Zab Judah. Judah was faster than Floyd. Floyd used another tactic to beat him. That's IQ, you know? So Floyd fought all times. When he fought fighters that hit harder than him, he got rocked by Shea Mosley. He didn't even fall totally down. That shows his chin. He got rocked by what's his name?
Mosley
and the other guy. But
Top Shot.
Yeah, exactly. And let's not forget, Floyd, the young Floyd, fought a guy who had a 98 or 99% knockout ratio in Philip Indindo, the South African. You know, Floyd knocked him out. So when you look at those factors, like I said, I love the fighters from the past, but if we're just gonna make it an even playing field and look at their careers, Sugar Ray got dropped by Tommy Hearns and he got back up. Floyd, he also quit. He also lost to Roberto Duran. Floyd fought a fighter like Roberto Duran and was able to beat him, even though he lost a tooth to him in Madonna. But he still was able to beat him. And Floyd is always moving up. Floyd was a naturally smaller fighter and defeated bigger fighters and took their punches, you know. So with that criteria, I don't see any fighter currently who's fought mainly champions and distributed all those categories all together. So that's my vote.
Yeah, I was going with the Ray's pick. I was saying either Leonard or Hagler. One of those two, because I'm a Marvin Hagler fan for life. But I know the question is like picking one that have every attribute. But if it was like what fighter is the best at each thing, if I have to like create my perfect fighter, like in a way, I would say like the power will be like Tyson, speed Leonard, fight IQ Floyd, chin Triple G arguably has the best chin. I never seen a chin like a boxer with a chin of Triple G. It's crazy. And the defense, it will be Mayweather all day, every day. But like, if I have to pick a fighter with all those attributes, it will be Hagler.
Well,
Okay.
boxing after dark, that's a hell of a question, bro. And what my brothers came up with, it's kind of hard to argue any of them. I mean, the one caveat would probably be Floyd because after the injury, he suffered in his power. But before that injury, he was getting people up out of there. So I like that. I just think that, also footwork is a very instrumental portion of boxing too, and that should have been on there too. But I like modern day. I thought De La Hoya, he exhibited his speed, power, IQ, chin, and defense. Definitely thought Floyd, for a good portion of his career, did the same. I can't argue with Ray Leonard. Can't argue with Ali. Who was the best that combined them all? Man, I'm thinking Sugar Ray Robinson, man. Looking at his fights and looking at how he approached his opponents and how he defended them. He took big shots at times and just ate right through them. Had tremendous speed, and he would knock the hell out of you. So it's kind of hard because that was an era that I had to see on TV replay, not live in color or black and white if it was black and white. But tough question, man. I love it, though. But I think everybody that was mentioned is definitely worthy, man.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
I was thinking Robinson too, but then I thought about the fighters on murderous row that he avoided to keep his belt.
Charles Burley. I was gonna say Charles Burley. I don't know if anybody know Charles Burley, but I was gonna say Charles Burley.
But then when I moved into the reason why I chose Sugar Ray is because he did also start at welterweight and went all the way up to heavyweight and got belts, bro. You know what I mean? Dude was a great champion, and then came back down to super middleweight. You know what I mean? And I think that's when he lost his last title to Tony Norris. And I thought that was, you know what I mean? That really was the end of his career. He should have stayed out, but he had to get that money fight with the guy Camacho. You know what I mean? And I thought that was Camacho waited on him, and I thought that was kind of bad. But it's cool. I got
What about Salvador?
Hey! Don't talk about Camacho, bro. I'm joking.
What about Salvador, though, man? I mean, he had a shortened career because of his untimely death.
No,
but that dude was truly special, man.
All these fighters are great. Listen, it's just these are just heroes that we, I mean, the guy was a gold medalist, bro. Sugar Ray did a lot, bro.
Nah, I can't hate on Sugar Ray. The only reason why I was a big Tommy Hearns fan. And, they stopped that damn fight in the first one. He was clearly up, man. They should have let him get knocked out if he was going to get knocked out.
I agree.
Do y'all remember when he fought Floyd Sr.? Y'all remember when Sugar Ray fought Floyd Sr.?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
77, I think, or 79.
Can't remember the year. But, the one thing I always remember is that finishing combination he did. Yo, that thing looked like straight from a video game, like when you mash all the buttons together.
What I will say about Sugar Ray is when he smelled blood, your ass was in trouble.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Oh yeah, killer instinct.
Oh, that killer instinct play.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why they stopped it against Tommy. But man, when he knew you was hurt, didn't matter how tired he was, that Mickey Freaky hit the mushroom, the little question mark on Mario.
100%.
Man,
had gears. He had gears, he'd hit gears in where you would think he was tired or
room,
what I'm saying, or he was running up, but he saw that blood, boom, he switched it. You see him drop the gear, bro, and see the blood in the water, and just no matter what position he was in, he was gonna take it up that extra level.
So if he was active, who you guys will pick an active boxer right now?
It was an active
boxer? Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Now we're no longer trying to check boxes, right? We're just talking about best fighter, effective fighter,
yeah.
Man,
active is hard.
Yeah, because you got some.
And I'm gonna put this out. I'm a big Ball fan and Tank fan, but I'm unbiased when it comes to. You said Terrence Crawford, right? I was
Probably
thinking the
Terrence
same
Crawford.
thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason, and I'll be real with you, I didn't put Bud on my list, and I wanted to, but I felt like that would have been very, I don't want to say casual of me, but it would have been like not giving a lot of respect. But Crawford really checks all them boxes, bro. He really
Yeah,
that
Bud.
job, bro.
He do. You can't argue that.
Can I say something about the Charlie Burley thing I just heard y'all talk about?
Yeah, salute Ross Scott for sure.
I think the story behind that is it's either Ray Robinson or it's Charlie Burley, but I think there's an article. If y'all could Google it, y'all can find it somewhere. But there's an article where I think it was Charlie Burley saying that Sugar Ray Robinson didn't duck him. They never had got a chance to actually sit down and have the promoters come together and had them to fight. And by the time that fight would have happened, Charlie Burley had already left the 160-pound division, was fighting at 175. And Charlie Burley actually fought a couple of heavyweights while he was a middleweight. That's how good Charlie Burley was.
Burley was no joke, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. The guy is nice.
So
it's unfortunate that there's no footage of it except for that one fight in Oakland.
You know, the one thing that always throws me off with Sugar Ray Robinson is he lost to Jake LaMotta, right?
But that was a light heavyweight or something like that.
It was middleweight.
Middleweight.
Yeah. But I felt like somebody that skill would beat somebody like that. You know, I don't know why. Maybe I didn't know enough about Jake.
But that's when you got to bring. That's why we say boxing. Anything can happen in boxing once you're in that square circle.
And sometimes somebody just has your number.
But see, no, he didn't really have his number because he lost 5 times after that. But against Sugar Ray Robinson, it's just that style and fighting a true middleweight in the era with a same day win. He had to make adjustments in the second fight.
Amen to that, dog. Amen to that same day win.
Yep.
That's a game changer.
Jake LaMotta would be a problem for a lot of middleweights throughout history if this same day win.
Yeah. I would argue against him, man. Same day ways should not happen because that's, to me, it's too dangerous.
Clay, who was that?
It wouldn't be dangerous because these guys couldn't fight in those divisions.
I mentioned what happened.
Who did you just bring up?
What did I say that boxing after dark?
I didn't bring up nothing.
No.
No. Who is that? Ross?
That's Ross.
Yeah.
My man got knowledge.
Oh yeah, he's a historian, bro. Look, if it ain't something I can really get in on this guy, bro, I stay away from him. He's a historian.
Ross Scott's official, bro. He's one of the.
It's like
I didn't have some conversations in the chat with him, man, and peeped it out, but hearing him just say it like effortlessly right now, man, it's a little bit different than reading it in the chat.
Look,
no doubt.
In the chat, I be trolling. I ain't gonna lie. I just be trolling in the chat. It's not perfect.
Right. Listen, when your cousin come over for a visit in the summertime, and you know he coming in, and you know he the only person that can compete with you, that's what Rodney. He like, yo, I still gotta beat him. It's my hometown. I can't let him show me out. Like, yo, Ross caught that dude though. You know, you got to know your limits. Like, oh no, we're not climbing trees today, bro. I know you better than me, but we gonna run down the street. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Ross caught that out, bro.
Nah, but great show, man. Great show. Really great show today, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate all you guys showing up. Thanks for popping in.
Hold on, Clay.
Okay.
My man did say of today. I want to hear what Rod's got to say about today.
What about it?
That checks the boxes are, you know, the most complete fighter.
Skills wise?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a couple of them that check the box in my. It's Crawford, of course.
Definitely Crawford.
I think Louis box. I mean, besides his competition, I hate to say it. Besides his competition, I think Tank checks the box.
Yep.
I think Usyk checks the box, but I don't think Usyk would be as great as it fought in the 90s. But that's just my.
Right.
Let me ask you too, because I know a lot of people have problems with some things because you look like better beard.
I can't hear it. Say it again.
Better beard. What do you think? What do all of you think about better beard?
He's good.
I think his defense is vastly underrated. I think he appropriates speed with timing. It's definitely got power.
Yeah.
And he's got great IQ.
Yep. I wish Better Be was a little bit younger. That's what I wish.
Usyk beat him in the amateurs a couple times, right? Isn't that how that went?
No, I think he beat Usyk in the amateurs.
And then this is the last one. I promise I'm gonna say it then.
We about to bounce, bro. I'm gonna catch me.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
I'll save it for the same show.
Y'all love it. It's like this every single time. We just love talking about boxing so much. We can go all night, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what's up, man. And I love it, man. I appreciate you guys showing out. Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. Fireworks, whatever you're doing. Be safe out there. Drive safe, guys. You know what I'm saying? Salute to your families. Enjoy your families. Salute to everybody who popped out in the chat. I appreciate all you guys, man. You guys are the best, man. Thank you.
One love, bro.
Blessings to you, brother.
One love. Good night.
It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could never take. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. When you elevate, the second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could never take. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you